Why do I say I'm not a children's entertainer? Because I'm not a Muppet. I'm not here to play a character. I'm not here to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I don't dye my hair. I don't act stupidly constantly to get attention from children. I don't do stupid pranks. You know what I mean? I don't cause drama. I'm here just to play games and have fun. I'm a legitimate gamer. Big ups to your dad.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes and then I'll put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
Act and talk a certain way with certain mannerisms, certain over-the-top reactions, screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping, flailing, doing weird things, constantly on camera.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes and then I'll put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes and then I'll put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
When we hit the 250 vest streak for that celebration, I'm going to debut a new vest. There we go. Celebratory bubble blow. Very nice. There's bubbles everywhere. There's bubbles all over my PlayStation 4 controller. There's bubbles on my microphone stand. There's bubbles everywhere tonight.
And you know what this reminds me of? When I worked at the helicopter company, helicopter support. It 1,000,000% reminds me of that. American ball. Band. Gone forever. Band. Gone forever. Band. Gone forever. I worked for a major company, a helicopter company. It's called Aftermarket Support for Helicopters. Okay? They're flying around. Things are breaking down, parts are wearing out. We're a one-stop shop for helicopters. I was told, we see potential for you. You're better than just working customer support. Revamp the business from ground up. You can map it out and find bottlenecks and find shortcomings and find helicopters so that our company runs more efficiently. Okay? So I busted my ass, I worked my ass off, I did double work, never got paid for it. And you say, oh, it's part of the process, man, it's just part of corporate America. Fuck you. Band. Gone forever. Band. Gone forever. Band. Gone forever. Band. It happened to me. Fuck you. Why don't you listen to me? You don't know shit. It happened to me. So shut the fuck up. Why don't you listen to me? Cause no one cares. It happened to me. Fuck you. Why don't you listen to me? You don't know shit. It happened to me. So shut the fuck up. Why don't you listen to me? Cause no one cares. It happened to me. Fuck you. Why don't you listen to me? You don't know shit. It happened to me. So shut the fuck up. Why don't you listen to me? Cause no one cares.
It's disappointing to me, and it's sad, but at the same time, you know, just once again, all the detractors, they said this was going to happen, and they were right.
Holy shit, Phil. The detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Your detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Do you hear yourself right now?
They were right.
Like, we totally fucked him.
No, fuck all that noise. Get you a bottle of gin from Total Wine. Fire up your TV. Drink your gin. Drink your gin. Consequences have actions, Pep. Here's what you gotta do. Drink your gin. Drink a Pepsi later on. Play your fucking WWE champions. Consequences have actions, Pep.
Holy shit, Phil. The detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Your detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Do you hear yourself right now?
They were right.
Like, we totally fucked him. Stop being a fucking victim. You fucking bitch. You fucking asshole. Own your shit. Own your shit. Own it. Holy shit, Phil. The detractors.
They were right.
Bitch. Holy shit, Phil. Your detractors.
They were right.
Bitch. Holy shit, Phil. Do you hear yourself, bitch?
They were right.
Like, we totally fucked him. You're still on mission 1. No, I'm not gonna let you lie. I know you're lying. I'm gonna pick on you. I know you're lying. Being dishonest and begging for money and people wanting justice. He is not a real person. He is not genuine. He is not honest. He's a scammer. I just see a scammer.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. The detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Your detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. I just see a scammer. Begging. Like, we totally fucked him. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. I understand everything now. I know why there's this hate wave on him, and it's been on him for years. It's because of this bullshit.
American Mall.
Now, what does the sugar do in the sauce?
Adds sweetness, adds a contrast. If you don't, it's all going to be tartness, and you won't have any
It's gonna
kind
be
of sweetness
acidity
to
from
the sauce.
tomatoes.
Right, you'll have
And then
tart
spice.
part and it's acid and nothing else. All right. So now we got to stir all that in, and then we add our final ingredients, and then the meat.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian bills. Italian dark side flip. Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian chill. Italian can't give her a pill. I'm half kind of European mix. European style, Asian fusion style tips. Greasy hair. Pasta once a week. The authentic style, Asian fusion style, Italian.
Guess what else we're going to add?
What?
Sausage. Italian sausage. That's going to go in here too.
I love sausage. I have had many varieties.
Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian bills. Italian dark side flip. Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian chill. Italian can't give her a pill. Why do you pretend to be Italian? I don't. I'm not full-blooded Italian. That'd be ridiculous for me to claim. I am a quarter Italian. I am 1/4 Polish, and then I'm half kind of European mix. I actually admitted this last year. I'll say it again. I actually do play some mobile games. I do. All right? The ones that I play are free to play or incredibly inexpensive, like you spend $1 here or there to make progress.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Got me that gotcha. I love it. Got me that gotcha. Gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on Street. It's WWE Champions time. I'm stupid. WWE game plays like Candy Crush.
moving gems around, breaking colored gems.
I love it.
Again, it's pay to win. The more money you sink into it, the more characters you can summon, the higher chance you'll get the better characters, etc., etc. All right? Got me that gotcha.
I love it.
Got me that gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on stream. Gotcha. Got me that gotcha. Thanks for the money, dummies. Super Cup. That was a mobile game I played like 5-6 years ago, a lot. For about a year, I played it pretty hardcore. All right, even at that point, that was before everything kind of fell apart with YouTube and everything. I was putting a little bit of money into it. I was playing for the top cards. I was playing the shit out of that game, okay? After about a year, they launched what they called Season 2, which reset all the cards in the game and made all your progress essentially worthless. And I said, this game fucking sucks. What a complete waste of time that this was, all right? I understand that people right now are so hyped for the gifted memberships, and I'm very grateful for that. I mean, thank you. But I hope that that doesn't mean that people are going to forego tipping, because that would put me in a bad situation. And in particular, I don't know why you guys, okay, why are you laughing? Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Huh? Why are you laughing? Oh, so hilarious that this guy has stuff financially tight. Huh? I literally can't afford stuff on Tuesday on my day off, and you're gonna laugh? Oh, that's funny. When you can't go and do something with your family on your day off, you're one day off for the week when you're working full-time 6 days a week. That's funny, right? No, it's not fucking funny. Now shut up.
That being said.
Hello. This is Phil Burnell, all right? And just wanted to tell you that I love the podcast. That being said, big ups. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. A.L. Team Insider, the legend. Fantastic Mr. Sam, the dentist, Speak to the Dead, psychological style host, me or cat, artistic style host. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, which vest is podcast best?
I wasn't expecting that one out of nowhere. Nice joke there. That being said, Sunday show, Mark Twin in the house. Quick introduction for everybody here. We got the cerebral style, we got the musical style, secret musical style, Wizard of Oz style, and also the buff style today. Mark Twin, how you feeling today?
Slightly nervous, but very good. Thank you very much for inviting me.
All right. You are, for Shadow of the Doubt, one of the most requested guests we've ever had on the show.
What?
Yes, for sure. I hear it
These
all the time.
degenerates.
Yes. They want to hear your special expertise, your extra special observing skills you do in a certain gentleman. We'll talk about it later.
Well, I'm very glad to be
yet.
here.
Yes. Let's get to a quick little business time, of course. When I say quick little, I mean huge and quick but huge. It's going to be the tournament. We are happy to announce the tournament. Let me say that better so we can get that in a montage or something. I am happy to announce the tournament. Soundbox, Sam, please.
What? Oh, hang on. I wasn't ready for that.
I know. Out of nowhere. So we are announcing our next competition style event. It's going to be the tournament. And the rules are so simple, so silkily simple. This is what you got to do. All right, if I fuck up on Mirka, you read the rules, please. I don't want to fuck it up.
Okay, I have them pulled up. All right.
Yes.
Depict the Project 7 turn in any way you want, as long as it's a video form. The funniest depiction is going to win. 1 entry per person. 10 seconds at most, and the winner is going to be decided through a bracket style knockout system, right? They're going to go 1v1, going to decide which is best, moving on and on and on and on until we have a winner. There you go.
Then it's way easier than the song competition. Everyone can do this. 10-second limit, so you can't do crazy skits or anything, but anything is in play, right? You could do yourself. You could do your friend. You could do an animal. You could do a doll. You could do whatever the fuck you want is in play, as long as you depict the Project 7 turn, however you think is funniest, right? And funniest means a lot of things, but that's up for you to decide. And send your submissions into the That Being Said podcast at gmail.com. I'll put it in chat, or send it to my Discord. All right. So it has to be video. And we're giving you 2 weeks to get this done. So we will have the competition 2 weeks after today. Right. So whatever the fuck day that is, you can do the math on that. Math wizards. 2 weeks from today, it's going to be announced and finalized. If you have any other questions, send them to someone else, because I'm not going to answer anything. Thank you, Sam, for playing the original. Could you please play Bob Starsky's one, just so we get an example of a submission that could work?
Sorry if
in that video.
Sorry if Bob hasn't okayed this, but here he is.
He has.
Okay.
He sent it to me specifically. Yes.
Awesome. There he is.
Yes.
So,
Bob,
we want
Bob
stuff
Starsky,
like that, but go nuts with it.
Mm-hmm. So think about, you can easily find the source material. It's like the most popular GIF of Phil everywhere. Find that, use that however you want, and try to work your, you got pretend you have your back problem, all that stuff. It'll all be good. So that's all submissions go to the email, That Being Said podcast at gmail.com, or my Discord. Let's have some fun with this. All right.
Oh, can we enter? Like the four of us?
I think we can enter, but we can't win, because I'm definitely going to enter, but we can't win.
Like this is just going to be just before my back operation, so my back will be accurately fucked. So I might have. I feel like I've got an unfair advantage over most people, and I don't think that's really that fair. So
yeah. So you see, Bob Starsky took a lot of effort to turn the exact same style. That's what we're looking for, right? Everything will be taken into account, but we're going through the funniest though in the end. So remember that. There we go.
Tip.
Is that all the business?
Pro tip. Imagine that your disc is herniated, but not deherniated.
Yes. Also, pretend you have a 6-foot stick up your ass. That's a simpler way to imagine the turn. But I think that's all the business. Oh, real quick, I want to say thanks to everybody in WPIG that got us to 1,000 subscribers. You guys are all legends, man. We are so far away. Not even at 900 at the start of the day. We got 100 in one day. So many legends, so many sock accounts, but it's fine for me. I don't care. 1,000 subs is awesome. Now we can redirect you to this show, and I won't talk about subs anymore. All legends. Okay. Let's get to any other business style stuff I'm missing, Meerkat? Am I?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Let's talk to our guest a little bit. We're not going to talk about the weekend review, all that nonsense, but I want to get our question we have to ask every guest out of the way first. Marked one. What was your first window into this nonsense, the Detractor Sphere, DSP, all that nonsense? What was it?
I think it was Mr. Medical watching DSP videos. And then This Is How You Don't plays. Like, I just remember being around in like 2015, 2016 when Gamergate and all that shit was happening. And I used to watch him when he was the internet aristocrat. And then just at some point, like, as he used to watch him sometimes and re-stream him or watch his gameplay and just take the piss. And I just used to be like, who is this guy? He keeps like, he's just useless at games and he gets angry. And then I see like the jerking off video at some point in amongst all that. And then again, just how the YouTube algorithm works. This Is How You Don't plays. In the This Is How You Don't plays, Tevin used to pop up. And then I found out about Tevin and just binged all of his content. And then over the years, like anyone, you just fall in the fucking rabbit hole, dude.
Yes.
Like, for whatever reason is that some people like soap operas. Some people like, fill in the blank. They like fucking true crime or whatever. Some people like DSP. And you're just amazed at this dude. Like, just this ego and this just enormous cunt that's existed on the internet for so long. Like, and it like he is like a cockroach. Like, he's been around all this time. He's survived so much. Like, even now, like I was saying, with the interview and all this sort of stuff that's happened, and he's still plodding along. Like, just like that guy went to bed at night with like 10 maxed out credit cards, 12 maxed out credit cards, and fell asleep and got up and streamed the next day. Like, he's a fascinating individual. And I just couldn't stop looking away.
Yeah. And what made you kind of start making stuff? I mean, making content about him or putting him into your content?
I just started streaming first. And then just how it is, especially on Twitch, when you watch people and you talk and you become part of a community, like in someone's stream chat or whatever. Yeah. Like, as I was watching Tevin and people like that, and in the end, like, people come to your stream, people ask for you to watch videos. Like, it started with people would request videos just as like a channel point thing. So they request DSP videos because everyone's like into it, or we watch the same people. And then because it's fun ranting about DSP, I was just like, yeah, all right, we'll start doing it. And every now and then if I'm feeling really, really toxic, I'll restream him. Normally I have to have a filter. Like the Elden Ring thing, because I like From Software games. I've been every now and then doing the Elden Ring ones, which is so fucking boring because his newest run is fucking shit. Like, it even that makes a mage boring, like in only the way DSP can. But yeah, just because it's just natural, isn't it? Especially like I'd never thought about being a YouTuber or being a live streamer or none of this stuff. I've just played computer games my whole life, so to be able to like play games in front of people, talk about DSP, this real niche thing that you're interested in, and other people are as well, and have people turn up and make you laugh and shit. It's amazing, bro.
Yeah,
so
that's the way to do it, though, man. Like having a niche, like that's the way to like that's the people like I started up streaming gameplay 2-3 years ago now. And you stream to like 10 people if you're lucky, but you get that little, that little sort of corner of the internet,
and the same people come back and say hello to you, and it feels amazing. You're like, I'm playing some random game that I thought I liked and a few other people, and people are asking you about it. You're enthusiastic. You can share your interest with people. It's a real unique experience. I think a lot of people don't understand it, or they come into it the wrong way, like with the wrong mindset. Like, it's a real unique experience. I feel very, very privileged. Like, it's not, I know there's a bunch of people who want to make YouTube videos or want to stream and it either don't happen or it's too hard for them. I feel very privileged to be able to do it. Like, even like you say, to have like 10 people show up and come back, or someone resub to you, or talk to, or take advice from you, whatever it is, it feels very, very awesome. I have to say.
And I would say one thing you're known for sure is your followings of a certain individual. Your kind of tracking of a certain individual, which some of us
rip the plaster off.
Yeah.
So
just see that big elephant in the room. See that?
I gotta ask about it early.
Little nonce elephant in the room.
So how'd you start doing that? Like what we all know of the Derek character in this whole story, this whole sitcom we're watching. But what made you say I'm following Derek?
A bunch of the credit goes to someone on Twitch called Peaches and Keem. I don't know if he's on. He might be sometimes on YouTube as Peaches. I'm not sure what his username is on here.
Okay.
And I'm in a few Discords with him, and he was the person who was going to these chats and screenshotting the pictures. Before we did any of the Derek watches, he sent me a bunch of like just screenshots of what Derek says to these girls. And we looked at a couple of them on stream and we're laughing about it. Like, we used to every now and then look at his tweets just because, like, he'll have a new tweet come out and someone will say about it. Like, there was one, I remember one, I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but I remember he's replying to a girl and asking her about, like, she'd done some puking scene, obviously.
Oh, how much did you eat before? Yeah.
Oh, God.
So we'd look at them. And then Peaches was just like going into the chat, looking at it. We were just laughing about it on stream. And I just thought it'd be funny because I was like, if I can see what it looks like, and I can block out how like obviously the scene and just have the live chat. I didn't even really think about fucking with him or whatever. I thought we'd do it like maybe once and just laugh about it. Like, just as a thing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sort of just as you realize, just turned into a bit of a thing for like we did it for like 2 months or something like that. He actually said at one point to one of the girls, please ignore the other Dereks. They have been harassing me for 2 months or whatever he said.
Yeah, I love your rules. Like, how did you come up with the? Okay, we should tell everyone that doesn't know. Marco has some awesome rules to follow in your Derek watching.
I just thought, because again, at the start, and to be fair, kind of now as well, because they have no moderation. Like, it got way too insane to keep doing it on Twitch. But it's more the fact that the funny part of it is not just calling him a cunt. Like, that is pretty funny, but he doesn't respond to it. So even though he has to read it, the funny part is getting the attention, because that's what his whole thing is. That's what his whole creepy thing is on Twitter with DSP as well. Like he's the same way, even though it's not sexual, he's the same. Well, we can maybe argue whatever. Maybe there is some feelings there for DSP.
Maybe.
But it's the same.
Daddy.
He wants this interaction. He wants to be singled out apart from everybody else and all this shit. So that's what he wants at the girls. It ain't just about him cooming. He wants this weird thing where they are thinking about him specifically, and they're calling him the name he wants to be called and doing something for him. Like, have you seen the ones? There's things of him saying things like, "You will never forget me." So tell me you will never forget me, and all this sort of shit. Like,
That's what I get. That breaks into sad level for me. That goes into the sad.
Creepy, man. It's creepy as fuck.
Like, we all have things we like. Everyone has their fetishes, whatever. We're not getting into it deep here. But that one is kind of more than just sexual, right? Like, I like a girl with a big ass. I like girls with big tits. That's like
there's a
natural,
big
whatever.
controlling element in it for him. That's why I kind of, on top of all the stuff of his little girl playlists and all this shit, that's the kind of thing where I was like, fuck this guy, really. Because he's not just a bit weird. It's not just like it's some weird fetish and he's just getting on with it. There's a real controlling thing about it, and the same way he talks to people on Twitter, the same way he's manipulative enough. I've seen DMs of Derek sending people messages asking them to cheer on Twitch and stuff like that. Can you cheer for me and say this? So he's got enough wherewithal that he knows to do things like that. He's not scared to ask someone to tweet for him or to ask someone to interact with someone to do something for him. So I think it is calculated. The way he talks about wanting them to say his name, wanting them to like feel a unique way about him. It's fucking creepy, dude. Coupled with the fact that, again, he had these YouTube playlists. One of them was called Pretty Little Girls. One of them was called Pretty Little Girls Pencil Arms. Okay. Now,
man,
I've got kids. I've got little girls, man. That's fucking disturbing as shit. And he's not just completely crazy. Like, he has got capacity to know what he's doing, like, clearly.
Hold on a second. I think I just figured it out. That's why he likes DSP, because DSP has noodle arms. That could be a factor.
That's atrophy. But that's atrophy, though. Kids is just underdeveloped. DSP's actually atrophied from not using them for like 25 years.
There is a point here, because Derek clearly does know what he's doing. His behavior may change like from different contexts. So the way he is in DSP's chat is nowhere near as sexual as he is in these girls' chats. But the intent of the behavior is still the same. He wants that recognition. He spams Phil's chat the same way he spams these. For me, it was a really weird thing to see him spamming it like that, because that's exactly how he is in Phil's chat.
Yeah,
he's got like a Disney fact or whatever. It's constant until Phil addresses it. So Phil's feeding into that need, the way that these cam girls should be. It's really weird to watch.
What do you think? What do you all think? I don't know. I have no idea, because I've not gone deep into his past or anything like that. I'm quite a live in the moment type person. But what do
the less you know, the better.
Yeah, probably. What do you think he has over DSP? Why does DSP allow this? Because in the interview, they nearly talked about it, but they didn't. Because there's this one bit where that Craig guy's saying to him, he's saying, "Oh, say there's a member of the community who you know is doing like X, Y, Z." I can't remember how he worded it. And as they went to get into it, the other guy said, "Oh, Keemstar's tweeted." And they didn't talk about him, and they didn't really get back into it.
I just remember. I remember Phil assuming that's where the conversation was going.
Yeah. He said, "Oh, I know what person you're referencing." He knew they were talking about Derek.
Yeah, because he wanted to get into it, because he was ready to say whatever he was going to say.
But he never said like what he never gave even a vague opinion about what he thinks about someone in the community, really. But he obviously knows. I don't know how much he knows. He knows the stuff he tweets, and he obviously knows some other questionable things, because DSP will know that DSP gets sent and finds out about all this stuff, because he can't help himself. We know that he's watching people's videos, because he comes up with this shit all the time. He'll tell you about drama that you didn't fucking know about, and you follow all this stuff.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Knowing all this stuff about Derek, why the fuck does he like not only just keep him around, but gives him preferential treatment?
Okay. So here's where I have to tell you the history, right? So Derek is a long-term fan. Long-term. I think we're talking on the edge of 9 years or so. Derek was on Facebook posting stuff about DSP. DSP's live stream is tomorrow. Like, he was on it. Like, when he was like 16 or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, DSP's big fan. Like, sharing on his Facebook. Like, oh, my favorite streamer's on tomorrow. That kind of stuff. And I think that carries some weird kind of weight in DSP's mind. I really think it does.
Like loyalty.
Yeah, like this is a real actual fan. Like this this dude has been my fan since forever. Not like those fuckers that just say it because it's a meme as they give him money. This dude has been there for me. But still, it's a bad business decision to keep him around. I mean, that's just bad.
It's just a terrible look. You could say, okay, Derek, and if he's spamming, just time him out, but not be mean to him. You can let him hang around, but it's the way he draws attention to him over everybody else. So everyone on the outside is thinking, well, why are you sheltering this one little creepy dude who spends all his day harassing porn stars and is maybe borderline, I don't know about a paedophile, but has got a weird obsession with little girls, how old the porn stars are. I don't know if anyone's noticed that. He tweets that a lot, and he asks them a lot in the chat, how old were you when you started doing porn? Like, he always asks how old they were because he wants to think about how young they were when they first started getting fucked. He's a fucking creep.
Steve's dad is gonna love this episode. Can't wait to do it.
Warning him in advance. Don't. My dad has us on in the background when he's doing like washing up and doing
nice
sort of things. So
hi, Dad.
Right. Like, gonna move this on quickly. My issue.
See thin arms or what?
Yeah.
My issue with Phil just like rewarding Derek because he's been a fan is because we know how Phil operates with relationships, and he has to be getting something out of that relationship for him to put up with that sort of thing. So Derek has to hold something for Phil that means Phil is like okay with pushing it higher. We're tolerating more.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's and the I don't part think I don't it's get. Like I've heard the story about the credit card and that. I don't know if that's true. I have no idea if that's.
I think
people can even prove something like that, really. But like,
we know there was his mom was pissed about something, and he said like I think Derek himself said that, right? I can't do this anymore. I believe someone in chat will know more.
Yeah, but it was subbing to. Was it just subbing to him or something like that? It weren't spending loads of money.
Cheering, I think, wasn't it?
Oh, was it cheering?
Because he was on Twitch at the time. So
again, I know that I've seen him. He messages people behind the scenes asking them to cheer for him or to like. There was a thing the other day of him asking someone to gift him a membership on DSP React so he could do the video things. I see that as well.
He got it.
He's such a little grifter, just like DSP. Oh, that's what I mean. He's so brazen. Like, even though it's a bit weird socially, he don't give a fuck. He'll say that in the chat. Like, he don't care. So he does know. Like, he is thinking, well, if they do that, then I'll be able to do my video, or I'll be able to get emotes or whatever the fuck. Because he don't hang around for that long. He's got to go and have like his fucking 10th masturbation session of the day. He must live with his mum and dad as well, right? He must live with his mum and dad.
Yeah, I think that's proven. Yeah,
they're I think they're like Chinese or something, so they're really not familiar with technology and stuff. So they're also kind of old, I think. So they don't really know much. Yeah, they don't really know about what he does on the internet that much, as far as I know.
Yeah,
I mean. Someone should look at his hard drive. That's all I'm saying. Someone needs to look at it.
It's a pretty widely spread theory that Derek's parents, in some way, are paying DSP to basically babysit Derek.
Yeah.
I can't buy into this because it's like if they knew what streamer exactly he was watching, they would inevitably know about him spending so much time watching porn stars and harassing them.
And it's just, that's just such a weird arrangement as well, isn't it? That two people's random parents would like contact him behind the scenes and send him like a daily or a weekly amount of money or something. Maybe they're 1 minute man. Maybe that's what it is.
That's a theory,
It's like a guaranteed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see a lot of this stuff. Like, even if it's interesting, I don't know how they can prove this stuff. Like, it took me a long time to believe a lot of the WWE champion stuff. Like, it was until the bank leaks and all that sort of shit where there really was so much evidence. Because even when people are explaining this stuff with, well, they know the account and all that, it's so hard to follow sometimes. I can't really like just go all in on something and like, well, it's kind of funny, but so with Derek here, I've never seen, no one's ever showed me nothing where they're like, well, he pays him money or he did this or whatever. What you said about loyalties, do you know what? I never thought about it like that, but that makes more sense to me because DSP's fucking weird like that.
Yeah,
because he's got these weird morals, isn't he? Like this whole thing of he's just like a regular guy, and he has these weird moral fucking high grounds and these hills that he wants to die on about
My
like
friends
review copies
backstabbed
of
me
games and all this. Yeah, exactly. All this shit, even though he's a complete fucking hypocrite most of the time. So that actually makes more sense to me. If they're just that, well, even though Derek is a weird, creepy nonce, at least he's stuck by me.
Yeah,
at least he's here, right?
I think that's what it is. I think that's what I'm leaning towards, is that it's that, and it's like I've probably said it many times before. Is my theory is just that it's gone that far now that he can't take the hit to his ego, to admit it now. So he has to keep rolling with this weird situation he's got himself into, where he's got this strange guy in chat. He knows he's being weird, but he can't do anything else because he's just let it happen for so long.
It looks even worse on him.
Yeah,
this is the same reason why I think he did that interview and stayed on it.
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
Because he just in his mind he thought, if I quit, everyone laughs and says, "Oh, you walked off" or whatever. Whereas people would have got over that, but that's why in reality he sat there for 5 hours and just like kept digging himself a bigger hole.
Took hit after hit after hit, and like at some point there was a time it would be better for him to stop.
Was hitting
even
himself.
though he would have felt, like, even though
they just stood back and let him do the job.
People would have said like you're being a bitch or whatever, but there was a point there where if he stopped, it would have came out better, but he didn't. Obviously,
because he wouldn't
I'm fighting it out. Would I have done that if I was telling lies? No, I stayed there the whole time. Fuck you.
Right. I agree with this, but he got a lot of positives out of this to like the casual viewer who doesn't know anything about this, because to them it seems like this dude was sitting there for 5 hours and he persevered and he let him ask him all kinds of questions and he had the answers. And you can see a lot of those comments under the interview video. Hey Phil, I want to give you a lot of credit for being there and taking it like a man, dude. That takes a lot of balls.
I don't know how many of those comments I believe. That's the problem. When you read his live chat and you look at all the comments, you're like, how many of these are real? And I'm not because I'm like taking the piss. I legitimately don't know, because there's so many people laughing and being weird in his chat, aren't there?
Yeah.
And definitely. If there is a serious one and they're trying to be heartfelt, he might not even fucking read it, bro. He just thinks you're just a soccer cunt. You're just a prick. I feel bad for those people.
He is that paranoid though. I can't remember which stream it was after, but he had like this rare moment where he was like, I feel like I'm toxic. I feel like I'm, the one that's, and it's like, because I think
he had a rare moment of introspection.
I'm sure it was pre-interview. I think it might have been after the Howard and Rambo stream, but he was reflecting on like how he has like no friends anymore, and he was I had like a brief moment there, but then he was like he moved right on to I don't trust anybody, and because everybody has backstabbed me, and it's like, oh, you were so close to figuring it out.
You nearly figured it out,
but instead he moved on to everybody else. So
I believe the quote was, "I think I'm poison. I feel like I'm poison." And I think you were right on the time frame. I think it was even during the Rambo and Howard thing, towards the end when he was actually crying.
A couple more gins, and he'd have stayed on that topic, and maybe would have, something would have gone in. But
yeah, like you can remember. I know the exact moment Marco was talking about, where like Phil had his canned answer at the ready. I think we're talking about the same person. I think I know what you're going here. I think I know what you're going here. They pulled it back beautifully, because all those fucking canned answers are what we cannot talk about. Never give him a shot to talk about his canned answers. That's what made the interview good, because Phil had no pre-stream runway like he always does. Like, let me tell you the story how I want to tell you. They were like, fuck you. And that was the best. So real quick, I want not to stay on the topic too long, but I want to stay a little bit more. So when you go in these watching Derek stuff, like, and Derek isn't even someone that pays for the girls, right? That's what we've learned. He kind of is the worst style watcher ever.
Someone said that the link, like we have the link, but someone said that he's not even technically not supposed to have it. That link's like supposedly not easy to get or something like that.
Yeah,
and he just uses it to like piggyback into the same chat. But no, he never pays them. Like he never pays DSP.
Yeah, he just wants so he just wants them to say his name, and that's all he requests most of the time,
Say
right?
his name. He wants to get weird questions out of them. He wants them to do reverse cowgirl.
Yeah, that's his favorite
time.
position.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's his
Who
favorite
among
position.
us doesn't
One of my
like that?
favorite things to spam is that he's never done reverse cowgirl in his life. Like, how can he like it and all this sort of stuff. That's quite a fun one. But again, like he doesn't. That's why when you were saying about the stuff I typed in the middle, it's because it's funnier. It's funnier when you get them to like answer one of his questions and they address you and think you said it, and that'll actually make him like he's not like responding to you, but he gets annoyed with the cam girls. He'll say, "That was my question. You answered his," or whatever the fuck. That's
So
the
if
best
you
because you can tell that's getting to him, and it's breaking his whole weird like thing that he's getting out of this.
So if you can get him to say his name wrong, sorry, Sam.
Yeah, everyone spams that, or just spams all different pronunciations of it and all this shit because he hates it.
Like this is the best grift, man, because like you're fucking with someone that is is unconscionable things. He has he's an asshole in every possible way.
Yeah,
and like, no one can feel bad. I mean, feel bad for what he does. He legitimately probably should be in jail. Also, you're helping the cam girls kind of because you're giving them more views. You're kind of being a little positive for them.
I said because they don't get. There used to be a view count, but it's kind of disappeared. But they don't get their chat is not like popping. There's a few people in there watching, but there's the same few people. And then all of a sudden, for like months, their chat was just going insane. But like, and it's not just because they read it. You see them reading it, and you can see sometimes they're just thinking to themselves, "What the fuck's going on?" Because people are spamming shit about DSP. Like people like one of the fellas in my chat is a fella by the name of D Trash Man. He just spams like the Angry Crow stuff and Core and a load of the guys in my chat. I'll give some of them a shout out. Law of Power. Mailman, like OMG Zelda. There's loads of people who go in there. Hate Army goes in there and just like says the most ridiculous shit and spams the stupidest stuff. Not even about like Derek or whatever. They're just saying insane shit and having a laugh because that's like the double-edged sword of it is their chat has zero moderation. So you can type whatever you want. And the last one we did was just excessive because again, now that people are finding out about it, people are just like spamming gamer words and all sorts of crazy shit. So I sort of said, like, let's just stop this for a little while because it's getting a bit too crazy.
Yeah.
But like,
it's like
people
go ahead.
Go on.
No, I was gonna say like the tractor version of like the guys that fuck with the Indian like computer dudes, like scammers, Indian scammers,
well,
that try to get like
webcams and shit.
It's like the detractor version of that. It's awesome.
Yeah. But they just like if anyone has to check their chat logs, or if they've got like an IT guy at that Cherry Pimp's website and they go, can you just check? Because the girl said there was stuff going on today. And they go through the transcript and they're just like, what is this unreadable garbage? Like Phil Burnell this, Derek that, such and such, marked one, whatever. Like they obviously, I don't know if they know what's going on. We've seen some people, I don't know how they find this stuff. They've found tweets where people have put a viewer, not Derek, so someone who is a member of that cam site, has tweeted at the Cherry Pimps, like with my Twitch thing, saying, "Oh, this guy's been like fucking with the chat and stuff." But then you go in, I went in one of their accounts, so like I looked at his tweets, and he had similar tweets to Derek, tweeting at porn stars and asking them questions and saying, "Oh, I loved you in such and such film. Yeah, I loved watching you get fucked by 3 dudes in this film. Hi, thanks." So fucking weird, bro.
I've seen them on Twitter. These girls, some of these girls know about Derish. Like they'll warn them in advance, or they'll say like, "Derish, you'll reply to one," and they'll reply underneath, going, "Fuck this guy."
Yeah,
you know,
there was the thing with the dead porn star, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So there's the thing with the dead guy.
Oh god,
and he's actually mentioned that in one of the live chats. I can't remember the girl's name. I think the girl had worked with this guy. And he brought it up in the middle of the thing, like, "Oh, such and such, you worked with him. That was very sad," or whatever the fuck he said. He brought it up. But a few of them know him because they were like, "You're the guy," like, because they must have known that dude. It was like, that was pretty good. And it was like, "Oh, yes, it was very sad. Can you like and retweet
Can you like
this?"
the tweet, please?" Yeah. What good is that?
So here's my question: Is there a type that marked one? You're the perfect person to answer this. Is there a single thread that holds all these girls together? Is there some kind of feature he likes? Is it just being young? Is it body feature? Is it their popularity level? Like, what are the keys features you think in
can't
girls
really
he chooses?
tell because according to him, every single one of them is his favorite. Like most of the time, he says, "Oh, you're my favorite," or "I loved you in this," or "You're one of my favorites when you worked with this guy." So you can't really tell.
He doesn't seem fussy at all, does he? It's like he's like into. He's just happy that they're a porn star, and he seems to be into every single kink there is.
And he's tweeting at male porn stars and talking about their dicks as well.
Yeah,
so he can recognize them by their dicks.
Yeah, yeah.
Like one of them will, like a girl will tweet a picture of her, like with a. And the guy will be out of view, and it'll be like, "Oh, that's that guy's dick," and she's like, "Yeah."
What I wanted to do, but it's all too well known now, and he knows my name. It's a shame. I used to have an OnlyFans account, and I should have sent him a link and tried to get some direct interaction with him. But sadly, I don't think it's so obvious now that he just wouldn't go for it. He'd realised like from the start, but that would have been quite funny.
I recognize those veins anywhere.
But yeah, he doesn't seem to care who the girl is, whether they're older, younger, if it's a dude. He normally knows them. I don't know if he pre-researches or he has actually seen all this shit. Like, I wonder if he's looking it up or if he has actually seen it. Like, I wouldn't put it past him. He's that weird.
Before we go further, ALT, is Q in the room with you now?
You what, sorry?
No, she's not. She's not in.
You're all right.
No. She's crying downstairs, I assure you, though. So let's get some of the you know who said making Chew cry downstairs is fucking Dead Schooled with his cat face swaps. He's going nuts. I'm running out. I have no energy left. Come on, Dead Schooled, please. Anyways, some of Derek's greatest tweets are worth bringing up. Some of them are scary. Some of the interactions are scary. You know what? Let's play. We have made a special bit for you, marked one. It's something that Bob Starsky has been doing. But we have a special one just for you. We'd like to play if you don't mind. Yeah, these are quotes Derek has said in his past. We thought you might get a kick out of this, so let's play it, please, Sam.
Yeah,
I think I know this is gonna go. Yeah,
these are always awesome.
Good day to you all. Sir Robert Starsky here with some more filthy Derish isms. The following comments were pulled from the chat of camera girl, Lady Rhea Radford, where Derish continued his puerile behavior. Apologies, puerile behavior with these nuggets of gold.
Puerile?
You actually said my name right, Rhea. Can I get unblocked after the show? Sorry for annoying you earlier in the week. Rhea, you missed my question in chat, BTW.
Yeah.
Rhea, can you please read my comment? Rhea, can you please say, Derish, I want your delicious cum all over my beautiful face.
Yeah, every time.
You will never forget me, correct? It is me, Derish, correct? You will never forget me, correct? It is me, Derish, correct?
You will never forget me, correct? It is me, Derish, correct?
Correct.
Thank you for hearing this degeneracy as read by Sir Robert Starsky. Now, if you don't mind, I will now have to explain to Lady Starsky why I was looking up Lady Rhea Radford. Good day.
That's a great entry.
Yeah. He says that fucking I want you come on my face. He makes them all. He tries to make them all say that.
Go ahead, Meerkat.
This motherfucker picked up the correct from DSP, dude. There's no way he picked it up from somewhere else. It's the most ridiculous thing. Also, this is real. I'm looking at the messages right now. There's like an image with it. I posted it in our chat room if you want to confirm.
Oh, it's legit. Yeah, that's no jokes. We don't make up that. Thanks so much, Bob Law, for the super sticker with looks like to be a hippopotamus swimming with goggles on, doing a punch of some sort with green pajamas on. This is wild.
Very suspicious motions right there.
Sorry, can I read this one?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Amelia Bliss says, pick your fighter, beginning of 2020 versus end of 2020. She puts 2 pictures of herself. And Derish goes, it's too hard to pick my fighter. I love both. Happy 2021. Hope you have a really great 2021 year too. And she goes, thank you. Hope you have a great 2021 too. And he goes, no problem. Thank you. I am looking forward to my birthday in 9 more days.
Oh my God.
And I don't know if you want to put that on the screen, Sam. Probably not a good idea, but I'll describe it to you guys. Steven here was being too pure. Those are her daughters, I believe.
What?
Aren't they? Like, they look
What?
too young to be. How old are these 2 girls in this picture? How old are these 2 girls in this image?
I've got it ready if you want to. If you want to.
I mean,
see
No, the woman's yeah. Oh Jesus.
Yes, Steven, what have you said? What have you done?
Oh my God, I thought they were the same.
No, these
God,
are girls.
they're not.
Okay, well, don't put it on the screen. It's fucked up. There's like girls that probably are. They're less than 10, no doubt, less than 10. And Derek is judging which one he likes. He says, "I love both." Hope you have a really great 2021 too. They're both under 10 years old. This is on Twitter publicly.
Again, like I say, I've said this. I don't know where I saw it. I'm sure maybe someone in the fucking chat I know, but I've seen things of maybe on Facebook or something. I don't know how old he was, but there's a girl, like one of them, she's like talking about maybe she's on like school holiday or something, hanging out with her family. He's not saying creepy stuff, but he's asking her, "Oh, you did this, did you? I did this." There's like 2 or 3 things I've seen from it's either Facebook or maybe Twitter of him, like not necessarily being creepy, quote unquote, but talking to someone who is clearly underage. But as I say, I know, like you said, he's been around since he's like fucking 16. So I don't know how old he was.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair to say to him. But this was in 2021, so he was like 19, making comments about girls that are less than 10 easily. Yeah. So just doing that, watch it. That'd be funny if we get in trouble for Derek, but Phil doesn't. Like we're talking about Derek and we get in trouble.
That'd be that DSP look, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I feel sick. I thought it was like he's like, it's my birthday in 9 more days, and you know how he is with that sort of like, would you say happy birthday to it? And, oh fuck!
Sadly, completely unsurprising. Really?
I mean,
completely unsurprising.
He's what you'd call him an opportunistic predator because he will just like shotgun blast everything.
Again, knowing everything, having seen everything that you've seen about him, like maybe he's not going to be out in the real world and hurt someone, but you think he's the sort of person maybe he sends something inappropriate to someone underage, or maybe he sends something inappropriate to like a woman or whatever the fuck. Like he said, he seems opportunistic and he's got enough of the wherewithal to like know what he's doing. You know, and so like he'll call people out in DSP's chat if they say something about him, or if they make a comment that everyone's gonna miss but him. Like he's still sharp enough. So like you ain't gonna let him babysit your kids. You ain't gonna let him like do anything, like be near anyone's fucking children after the things that you've seen with him on the internet. Like that alone, if it was anybody, like if it's anyone in the public eye or whatever, like you're gonna have your collar felt instantly. Like your feet ain't even going to touch the floor when they take you to the prison or when they're looking on your fucking computer.
All you need is the one girl who goes to a mum or a dad and shows the messages. I'm amazed it's not happened yet.
Yeah.
Like if they have any online presence, someone's sending shit to them. Go ahead, Meerkat.
Because what I'm thinking about him is because I watch some like criminal shows and stuff like that, some basic shit. And you can see how a serial killer or whatever, they start from something small and they then graduate to bigger thing. And looking at this dude, like he's into all kinds of different fetishes, all kind of freaky shit, and it doesn't seem to work for him to the point where he has to directly ask people to say his name just so he can be satisfied and shit. Like I can't see this being out of question that at some point he's gonna attempt something dangerous or harmful to somebody else because he's still like 20 years old.
Yeah,
21 now, right? Yeah, 21.
He can drive at least. We know that
it's escalating way too quick, man. This dude is probably going to be a danger at some point.
Oh yeah, definitely. Was it you who posted the breakdown of like his activity per hour on Twitter? And there's like a 5-hour period where he tweets nothing, which is obviously like when he's asleep, and then everything. There's at least 4 tweets an hour. So you know, and sometimes it's like it escalates further than that. So he's obviously just going through everything, and it's no wonder he's burning through like your fetishes that people would normally be on for years.
And this is his whole existence, isn't it? Like, this is his whole existence. Like, make no mistake, he probably maybe does some gaming and he watches the guy,
watches Phil,
like for however long he watches him for. But for the rest of the time, what the fuck's he doing? Watching wrestling and watching porn.
Yeah,
like he's a dick. Like everyone watches porn. We all watch porn, but there's definitely people. There's regular people who are addicted to it, who it's fucking their life up, or it's fucking their sex drive up, or it's fucking up their perception of what a relationship is, what women is, their ability to even like have normal like relationship with someone, and he's like consumed by this stuff, combined with whatever the fuck else he's got going on with his like control issues and all this other stuff. Like, that's his whole life, and then he hangs out, like as I say, in DSP's chat for like fucking 20 minutes and gets his weird
Wikipedia open in the other tab so that he can quickly find facts for Phil.
Yeah, so let's talk about the facts real quick, because I think those facts are not like a coincidence. Obviously, that's clearly sharing facts to get a reaction from the streamer. With the porn stars, does he ever share facts, or is it clearly just tell me what I want you to tell me? I have to ask.
What do you mean?
Does he say like random facts, like today is the birth of Martin Luther King's birthday today? Did you know that?
If they've done something, he'll bring it up. If they've done something recently, or something's happened with them, he'll bring it up. I don't remember him saying
I love your scene with.
And again, especially if it's like, he won't always say, "Oh, I liked it when you worked with such and such," but like there was one girl where he had done something. She had done something like 2 days before. And he knew about it and he talked about it. Actually, one of us talked about it. She spoke to us instead. But I can't remember what it was. She had done some scene or some fucking niche thing and he knew about it. But no, he's not as weird as he is in fucking with just random stuff like he is in DSPs. He just wants them to talk to him all the fucking time. And he's not the only one. It's weird. Like, the other guys are like him in the chat. You see some of the other guys like Big Cat Daddy and some of the other weirdos that are in there. Like, there's other regulars. And they're like him, like Big Cat Daddy says the same thing. He says the same thing about every girl. Every girl. According to Big Cat Daddy, every girl has the prettiest pussy and arsehole he's ever seen. Like, every single one does. And he says, again, he seems to have a fucking notepad file of all these fucking saved phrases, just like Derek does, and he changes the name. Like,
that should be the question. That should be the question. Like, what fact do you think Derek should give a porn star? Because there's some great ones in chat right now. The reverse cowgirl was invented in 1812 by Wolfgang Cowgirl.
What?
Okay, yeah, that's the question. Is make a fake Derek fact or real Derek fact. You can do whatever you want. Make a Derek fact, and we'll read them at the end.
Give us your fake facts, chat.
Somebody said that Kiwis lay the biggest eggs in relation to body size, and I'm not saying the name.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true. So yeah, I was gonna those. Does he choose streamers that are of the certain popularity where he can always get some, like, you know, not FaceTime, but like chatting time with them? Because he doesn't choose like the biggest of the big, right? Like, he stays away from that because not that we know of. It seems like we would know of that
if he
because
would, like,
people follow him now.
Because he'd probably talk, wouldn't he, if he was somewhere else?
Absolutely, he can't not talk, right? I mean, that's what he's there for, is that interaction. He does love interaction. It is meaningful to him.
Yeah, and those I don't know how long he's been doing that cam show thing or how long it's been going, but it goes 5 days a week and he's there every single time. And he's there every single time, and if he's not there, there's a reason. If he's not there, like there was one where he tweeted out he had to do something, or like, I can't remember what it was, but he tweets about it. Like other than that, he's always fucking there, and he's normally there first as well, so that he can get in before anyone else types anything.
He tweets their schedules.
Yeah,
he loves DSP. He learned that, picked it up from DSP as well.
Yeah, definitely. That comes from
the first time we ever did it. You literally refresh the page, their stream goes live, and he's there typing in the chat. Like, he's just there waiting at the thing. He's primed, bro.
He has nothing else. That's why
what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's where
that's why it's a little bit scary and it's a little bit weird, because he's like subsumed by all this shit.
The problem is that it's going to affect, Lord forbid, when he ever actually does meet somebody, you're going to end up in a position where
He's
he
never
will
gonna
just
meet
demand
someone.
their attention. I know.
Oh.
We can drive. We can drive. We have to prepare for that possibility. But he's going to say, like, he goes out somewhere in public and he bumps into someone and they have a quick word and he's like, oh, I think she likes me. That's it, completely subsumed by her then, and wants all her attention for himself, and that's where it becomes a danger. So,
well, that's where again I think in 10 years' time
fucking
he's just
monitored.
gonna kidnap an escort and he's gonna keep her in a hole like in Silence of the Lambs or some crazy shit, and he's gonna make her say his name every day and all this shit. Like
we are going to see him on the news one day.
Yeah, is there really any other like? Maybe he'll just be this weird Coomer in mum and dad's like house, but. If there's any other eventuality, I don't see him working out and having a relatively balanced life.
One thing you can be sure of is those dudes always end up sharing their penis to people they shouldn't, and it always gets online. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to happen someday. We're going to see Derek's dick, guys. Just get ready for it. Those people can't keep the dick in the pants long
Someone
enough.
should
It's like,
catfish him. I thought about that as well. Someone should, because it'd be hilarious.
That's where I was going with that. I didn't bring up the penis for no reason. I never do. The reason I brought up the penis was...
Oh, that would have been a good quote.
The reason he because like people, the community, guys. There's people in Derek's chat saying, "Hey, I'm in Toronto. You seem really cute. Let's talk." He gets that all the fucking time. But how come he doesn't bite? Right? If he bit, we know about it. Trust me. All these dudes bite. The Cobra, all those people are biting.
I'm sure
they can't
someone
resist.
with the right pictures or something could catfish him on social media. I'm sure because
he's paranoid.
This is what he wants. He is paranoid.
He's as paranoid as DSP.
You think so? Like maybe
Probably,
that's. I mean, he's smart about that, but he's not smart about like he has that much like mental illness that he wants. Like, please say my name. That's so important. But he also understands that he can't respond to this. Like that's weird for me.
Maybe he draws the lines at DMs. Like that's where that's the cutoff point.
He's quick to ban on Twitter, so I would assume that at least outside of that context, he might be different. Because when you're watching a porn star, when you're watching a cam girl, you're watching that. You know that's legit because you can see her on the camera.
Yeah.
Whereas Twitter DMs could be anyone, so he's probably going to be like, "Now ban you." Going back to tweeting harassment and posting public apology videos.
That wasn't real, was it?
The public apology video.
Did he apologize for something that wasn't actually real or something?
No. So the thing was fake. He did do that retweet thing, but then someone made the fake. Hey, that's fucked up. Could you make an apology? I believe.
Yeah, that's it. Which is even funnier, really.
They pretend to be a lawyer or something.
Have you seen the one where the girl is saying that she's fat? Have you seen that little interaction? There's a girl and she's like, she's looking in she's posted a picture and she's like, "Oh, I'm getting fatter" or whatever. And Derek tweets like, "You're not fat. You look great." And she tweets something like, "Lol, I am." So he says again, like, "You're not fat, you look beautiful," whatever. And then she says, "Actually, I am. I know because the doctor told me." And then underneath he says, "Yes, the doctor is right. You are getting fat."
Oh, Derek. Come on, man.
Such a charmer.
There was also another big one where there was like a cuck tweet or something like that. And the woman's like, she's like, "I've been like fucked or whatever the fuck. Who wants to clean me up?" And he says something about like, I would love to, or some shit. "I'll get a thing right now. I'd love to get a cloth." I can't remember how she worded it.
Oh,
but
I was gonna ask your greatest hits, but I know you spilled a lot. Do you have any other greatest hits you want to share of Derek, like funny Derekisms or anything?
The puking tweet as well. About how one of you knew that, didn't you?
Yeah,
someone knew the puke tweet.
How much did you eat? Did you have to eat a lot before?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. See, I tried to stay out of the containment.
So clinical as well, like so clinical. Like not even like a hint of sleaze. Like he actually wanted to know, did you have a pizza? What else was there, like a sandwich or something? Or can you make yourself vomit quite easily?
That's a fair question.
Yeah.
If it had been there long enough to be digested, or was it? If she'd have had a curry, I'd have been like well in. But she had a pizza and it totally killed the vibe.
Those chats are always sad places, though, right, Mark? One besides you guys getting into nonsense, but those are really sad places, right?
I think so. And then it's not about. Because there's like sometimes I'll say things like we don't have a go at the chatters, but like you're calling them all like virgins and stuff like that. And I've said, like, for the record, there's nothing wrong with being a virgin. There's nothing wrong with having kinks or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with any of that stuff. But some of those guys like Derek, especially if they've got the wherewithal to do something else, they're just hanging out there every night trying to get the same interaction from a porn star because either they don't feel confident enough to meet someone in the real world. They haven't got the looks, or they haven't got the body, or they haven't got the confidence, whatever the fuck it is. But you can always just be the best version of you. You don't have to be hanging out in a fucking porn chat every single day, just wasting your fucking time or fucking up your fucking head when it comes to sexual attraction and all this sort of stuff. And these people like that, they don't help themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like, so like we would say things like that to them, like not in a nasty way, but it's like, if that's really, is that really all you've got going on in your life? Like, I don't know what happened to you. There must be something else. Like, I doubt this is because for the most of them, that 1 hour is not the only time they're sitting on the internet doing that. But like, again, that's not the only hour Derek's sitting there fucking jerking off all day, is it? He's doing that for about 8 hours a day. That's just the one time where he can get the interaction and he's not watching his videos or he's not doing whatever the fuck else he does.
Like, that's what I wonder, like, Steve, about the mental part of it. Yeah,
like,
go ahead.
I don't know how you would word it. Sad's the wrong word, but like, not depressing, but yeah, it's that you do think, like, you do want to say to these people, like, you don't have to do this all day. You can go outside.
Yeah.
You can go for a run or something. You can try and, you know, whatever it is you've got going on.
Yeah. Like, that's what I wondered. Like, Steve, I would ask you, like, I know sex is there's a big mental part of sex, right? Like, you can only go so many times. I mean, at least I can't go that many times a day. And Derek is like, so much activity is placed around the sexual stuff. You literally can't come 8 hours a day. I mean, there's a limit, right? So like, that mental side has to be such a big part of it for him, right? Is getting that. Is it about even the orgasm part of it, right? At that point, just like,
no.
I need this itch. I need you to get this itch I have.
Is it like the build up and the whole opera of the thing, right?
Yeah, it's always the chase being better than the catch. For a lot of people, it's not about the end goal of just finishing and everything, because that's quick and easy to do. All you need is your hand and friction. The point is the bit in between, the bit where you're like indulging in the fantasy of interacting with this person and sharing something with this person. So for people, and you see it with Derek when he's in Phil's chat, it is all about getting Phil's attention, having Phil say, like, even when he's there, hey DSP, I'm here, I can't wait to see this stream. Hey DSP, I'm here and I can't wait to see this gameplay. Hey DSP, I'm here and I can't wait to see Elden Ring. Until Phil goes, hey Derek, nice to see you. He has to keep doing that. So it's all about getting attention because he's not getting it anywhere else. Fantasy is always sort of, well, not always. Fantasy is usually a sort of like inversion of what you've got going on in your real life. So, you know, it's your escapism. It's your private thing where you forget about everything that's going on in your life and indulge something else. So for Derek, if he's getting no attention or affection anywhere else, he's going to go there for it because that's the only place he can get it. The only outlets he has socially are Phil's chat, porn chats, and Twitter. So those are the three places he's going to be. And they're all going to be weighted disproportionately because Phil only streams so long, but there's always somebody active on Twitter. There's always somebody you could be tweeting. So it's going to be weighted that way for him. And instead of like going out and doing things and having other hobbies and meeting people normally and socializing normally, he's just going to stick here because it's easier and it's instant. And it's all about the fantasy rather than the actual end goal.
Yeah.
For people, once you get into it, that
you do feel like some of these guys are stuck in that loop as well, don't you? Like you said about, again, the people that are hanging out in these chats, and it's not a judgment on anyone, but you do feel like someone just like fell in a rut with some of this stuff and just can't pull themselves out of it. Not necessarily him; he's definitely got other shit going on. But for some of these guys, it's definitely just like life is hard for a lot of people. You know, this is the thing. Like, it's a lot of people haven't got much going on, so you do feel for these people. You do think like you just need like a fucking word with them or something, or just like take a look at yourself. But with him, I think he's kind of he's like DSP. He's irredeemable. Yeah, Derek's irredeemable.
Yeah, we know there's the mental illness side of things too, right? We know that too. I mean, from his videos, he's not a normal individual in that way.
Somebody asked me if he is beyond help, and I said, he is at this point, the amount of time it
Have
would
you
take
seen
to
his
like
Twitch
completely
clips?
untangle this. I've seen.
Was that-
Indrid showed me when I was on the Decepticons House of Hate thing. There's a clip of Derek bowling with his socks, and it's really sad.
Is that a YouTube video? That's a YouTube
Oh yeah, you never
video.
seen that? That's a
That's
classic.
indoor bowling, right?
Yeah.
There's a few clips of him on Twitch. He has a Twitch account, and he's like evidently streamed a couple of times.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of clips of him on Twitch. There's one of him singing All Star by Smash Mouth.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
There's one of him. One of my favorite ones is one of him flexing his bicep.
Oh,
God,
yeah.
That's one of my favorite ones. But yeah, they're quite good.
WPIG has played Derek singing many times. We're big fans. Big future there. And he can't remember the words. He can't remember the words.
There's the YouTube channel Derek Watch, where they archive some of his older videos. They're great. There's one of them singing the Chief Keef song. It's very good.
The Pokemon theme, wasn't it? I think at one point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And the apology for Reese Robbins is a classic you can find there as well.
That's my favorite.
The best thing about Derek's Twitch channel, though, man, is that he's one of DSP's suggested channels on Twitch. That's brilliant.
It would have been funny if we see him go back to Twitch briefly, wouldn't it? If he'd have had his third strike.
Yeah, we should talk about. Let's get into that. Let's move on. We talked about a lot of Derek content for the Derek stands out there. I know there's a few.
I have one final thought to add. I would even argue, Derek is one of DSP's one of his smartest fans, and I'm not even joking, and I'm not even trying to make fun of his other fans. But listen to this, Derek, the master freeloader. He has gifted memberships on both channels. Hasn't paid DSP money in actual years.
Yeah.
Gets free shout outs. Gets free hello, goodbye, Derek. Gets to spam him with all kind of facts.
Well, he's untouchable.
Yeah.
Right.
And he does the same with cam girls. He got the link. He clicks that link, bypass the paywall. He can say whatever he wants. He gets his name shout out. And he definitely knows what he's doing. And of course, it's kind of easy to think that he doesn't, or that he's really stupid, and I think he hides behind that kind of persona. But he definitely knows what he's doing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. My theory about why he enjoys special protection, and I know that this is likely to be true, but I like to sort of like entertain it because it does, I think it's morbid enough that Phil and Derish are into the same sort of thing, and Derish is Phil's contact, so he enjoys special protection because if you think about it, he did okay with Panda at the start, and then gradually as she got older, their sex life died off, and he doesn't have that much of a sex life with Kat now because she's too old. But Derish likes a certain type of girl, and so does Phil. So Phil gives Derek special protection because that's how Phil gets his webcam off material. So it's my little Theo theory, and it's probably not right, but
it makes sense to me. One thing, real quick, I know this is a little bit. You mentioned lore Leanna, and I heard some good Leanna lore today from the horse's mouth, and I was looking for from that means Phil, by the way. Right, Phil, I don't know. I don't make those jokes. Marked one. That's the last warning for you. I'm a cat stan, by the way. I'm a cat simp, a hardcore cat simp. But he said at the end of when Leanna left the house, he said this: "We never saw each other. It was like we lived in different houses." Right? So Phil already has the setup of living with someone together, saying they're married and not seeing them at all. And remember, this is what happened. When Phil was talking about the fucking pill incident, he said, "I guess I had to go. I guess she didn't have any other friends. I didn't know." He said, "Why did I have to take her? I guess she didn't have any other friends." Think about the level of not talking you have to get to not know if they even have any other friends. That's the level he was at with Leanne at the very end for months, by the way, for months.
And he's been like that with Kat because he was like, why should I ask her what she talked about at work? Why do I care? Why do I care what she watches on TV?
I mean, he just lives in that room half the day, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, that's lower than roommate.
Like
roommate
emails.
Like he'll tweet or he'll like put a comment on his YouTube, one of his videos, or reply to something at like 1 or 2 a.m. his time. She ain't up then. I'm in my head. She's in bed with the fucking cat sleeping on a pillow. Do you know what I mean? Like he's in his room having some fucking gin, tweeting, getting angry at people. Like he just lives in that fucking room.
Yeah. And he wants to stay there longer. He takes steps to stay there longer. Let's not forget about that. I got to do these daily raps, the daily investment videos that 300 people watch.
Or he's always got, apparently
now.
he's got no time to do anything. He can't learn OBS. He can't do anything, but every now and then he can do an hour and a half react to K-pop videos for Slayer for $50.
Yeah, and a review of Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah, he's going to do reviews now. Everyone cares what he thinks about some fucking trash film from 2008 or whatever.
The second one of the series too. I haven't seen the first one. We're going to go to the second one here. Anyways, let's talk about the week. So the main news in the film. Go ahead, please, Meerkat. You want to say something?
What? That was me.
Sorry. Sam, go ahead.
Just as a little interlude before we get into presumably the react from yesterday. I'd imagine. Yes. I don't know. It's totally random, almost sort of random. My kid was watching YouTube earlier, and there's a channel called Genevieve's Playhouse. It's one of these random, 50 million views a video, some dude playing whatever.
Derek likes that one.
Yeah. Listen to this. I had to do a double take. I was like, and then I wrote it down. I was like, I have to get this on the show. So listen to this.
Hey guys, let's make a meal with this awesome kitchen playset. It has light up burners and lots of cool accessories. Let's open it up.
Accessories.
Lots of cool accessories.
Oh my God.
DSP's not the only one?
That's where it comes from.
Accessories. The rare accessories. Successor. Wow. Big lore drop there. It maybe is a way to...
It's where Kat gets all her recipes from.
Easy.
Not the WWF cookbook, no.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that in the show. That fucking asshole. No. He remember he mentioned about that cookbook. How it's just a meme cookbook. I'm not gonna do that. Someone said you should cook something from that. Fuck you. Get out of here. Get this guy out of here. Now all of a sudden, Kat. Let's ask Kat to do it. This will give her something to do.
Yeah. He loves talking about Kat making food. Whenever he mentions her, half the time it's about food, isn't it? It's like she made this meal. She made this meal and she's done her work. Like, every now and then he'll tell you she's playing a game. Normally she's playing a game he's playing, and she's normally ahead of him or whatever. Don't worry, I'm not spoiling it or whatever the fuck.
No one gives a shit about that.
Kat made this. She made this for me tonight. Yeah, nice.
She broke this.
Yeah. This will give her something to do. Sounds so fucking, just... It sounds like you're an asshole if you talk to about your wife like that or anybody. This will give you something to do. I know you have nothing going on, so come on, you can do this. I'll ask Kat to do it. And then he's going to review it on the air.
Across the country and lived with him. No social life, no nothing.
Because she had no choice,
she's going to use poisoned ingredients that's going to make him sick later.
That's why he gets sick, by the way. She puts a little cyanide in there. She's trying to figure out the right amount to not be caught but still kill. That's why he got sick last time. She's up to 4 drops now. It's just the right amount,
Like 4 bay leaves in your tomato sauce, like that.
Yeah.
As long as you don't inherit all his debt.
Oh my God, please.
She don't need that.
She's been through enough. But the week has been, we got to talk about the news of the week has been stupid copyright bullshit, which is so boring now because we've seen the same storyline so many fucking times now. It's just going through the script. And every single chance he gets, he says, for now, I'm on YouTube. For now, we're on this channel. I don't know what's going to happen in 10 seconds. I don't know what's going to happen. We could be shut down, guys.
Guys, it's been sending me all week that he was like, I sent an email to YouTube, a long email, a lengthy email, 8-paragraph long email. I was like, of course you did. Of course you did.
I got the word. This is what he said exactly. I shared an incredibly lengthy email. Incredibly lengthy. I would love to be the intern that just started pasting all the responses possible on their list just to get this guy out of the fucking email box. All right, I'm not reading all that shit. Paste everything. If you got a problem with this, go here. If you got a problem with this, go here. You got a problem with this, go here. That's what they literally did, by the way, according to him.
It's put in my head, right? Because in my head, I could see him hunched over the keyboard, leaning forward. So his back's like an oval. And he's there dear YouTube, I have been on
he does that even when the camera's not on. My name is Darkside Phil.
You may know me as
100%. I have had a YouTube account for 15 years.
I spent
content.
I've had
It's
other
fucking great
glorious
because-
channels. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Steve.
Like, in my mind, it's just been like panning out from him there, and it's like the room is dark. There's just that glow of a monitor, and it's like Jasper sat outside. There's dust all over the floor, and like Cat's just like lying in bed sighing and sort of like thinking, it's not all that bad, really. You know?
Yeah, no. Haven't you done this before, Phil? And it was fine then, right? Yeah, but this time's different. It's gonna be
He's
way
like,
different.
Hang on a minute, honey. I'm just finishing off my story about the helicopter company.
This is where we really hook them. I have a lot of successful channels like KO Gaming Street Fighter, KO Gaming, DSP Witcher, DSP Skyrim. All these channels have been shut down, but they were really big back in the day. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Since you mentioned successes, I just have to.
What are the chances he called himself a YouTube employee in the email? I've been working for you for the last 14 years.
Yeah, contract.
Business relationship.
Yes. And another line he said that I loved. He said, "Well, I don't know if they're gonna like this. If I have to get legal about it, I don't know if they're gonna like this. You think Google gives a fuck about you? You think they're not gonna like what you're gonna do? Let's see your shitty. You call Saul lawyers coming in, and then Google brings their lawyers. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?"
Right, so he can do that, but when it's us, when detractors are getting taken down by copyright strikes in his name, 40 minutes with the YouTube bot, I can't do anything. It wasn't a bot; it was a real person. I know the difference.
And also, he said back then, less than a week ago, or whatever it was, I think 2 weeks ago, I found it, and he did say this: "There's no public-facing email with YouTube."
Yeah,
All
and
of a
then
sudden he
magically
knows it
he
now.
had the YouTube legal email address, didn't he?
Did you know?
How he found it now? Yeah. Did you know it's legal? It goes to legal. A lot of people saying it's a bot or something, but it's not. It's not. They just have the canned answers.
Chat GPT bot replied to him.
And he expects them to read that whole fucking thing and write extremely personal answers. He thinks he's the most important person on the fucking earth, man.
I wouldn't put it past him to write out these big long emails on the reg, because that's, again, it all feeds into his ego. That's what he thinks he is, isn't it? And he's angrily, like you said, he's angrily typing it out. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's business. I'm running my business. I'm an actual
adult.
Yeah,
my
he's got a business.
role play in his head.
Maybe can we watch a movie tonight? You think I can watch a movie? I'm busy over here.
Like you said, he has to do fear language immediately. It's always like we could be shut down. Someone's committing crimes and trying to like ruin my business and all this shit.
That's illegal.
Like that thing he said about any minute, like that could happen. Okay, you've been using that same fucking song for 18 months. That could have happened at any point in the last 18 months.
Yes.
It's like it could happen now. It could happen in a year's time. It could happen at any point for some, if the YouTube copyright system is that fucking trash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's the same thing as when he got the fucking, what was it? About his parents being dead. Remember? The doctor told him they could die at any minute. We all could die at any minute.
Yeah.
We all could die at any fucking minute. No doctor's going to say that to you.
Yeah.
Hey, you might die any minute.
That was an art for a while, wasn't it? Wasn't there? Didn't he say at one point it was going to be one of the last times he ever saw them?
This could be the last time.
Probably the last time,
Yeah. And those all just kind of get forgotten and those stuff. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I called her the other day. They're all right. They're old or whatever."
Oh yeah, and it's the fucked up part of it is that it works, right? It does fucking work with the certain audience he has, earned here. And he said, of course, dropped the hints of, I'm gonna have to reach out for legal. I mean, I might come to you guys for support because legal fees. You have to be rich.
Legal funding.
I'm gonna let you know. Yeah.
Yeah. If I need you to give me copious amounts of money, I'm gonna let you know about it. Thanks, Phil.
Why start now? Why? When did you stop? That's what I want to know. When did you stop asking for our money? You know?
Yeah.
And he said you could.
Else,
yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know if anybody else has caught this. Sorry, quickly. He seems to be under the impression that he has to sue YouTube and not the person making. Like, he doesn't fundamentally understand that, like, YouTube telling him to get a lawyer is not YouTube saying get ready to sue us. It's them telling him, look, you need to deal with this legally. We have done what we can do within our system. You now need to deal with it legally yourself. YouTube isn't like an arbiter or a copyright system. They don't have that sort of like responsibility, and they also don't want it because, say, like YouTube says, oh, here's a piece of advice for you, do this. And then later on, your case goes to court, and the prosecutor, the other side goes, "We found that YouTube said this to this person." YouTube could be in trouble for that. So they like write their stuff in a certain way so that it's like, look, we have a process. You've gone through that process. Now you need to You need to do it legally outside here with them, because they're saying they own copyright. You're saying no, they don't. This is the thing that we don't deal with because we're not a fucking legal system. So that's them telling him, and he's like, "I'm going to sue YouTube. I don't want to have to, but I will send YouTube legal." And he's going to do it, and if he gets a lawyer, and they're going to have to explain to him, "No, Phil, you're not suing YouTube. You are defending yourself against this. You're not doing that."
Yeah. Don't know if you understand this, Mr. Burnell. YouTube is a multinational corporation. They're worth billions of dollars, and you're you. Okay, it's not going to work like that.
There's only so much OIC can bankroll.
Yeah,
dude, he thinks it's a threat. He thinks he's being gangster right now. Oh yeah, I'm a gangster. I'm a threat YouTube. I could sue them. Like they're shaking in their boots.
They'll be making films about me. They'd be like 12 Angry Men. It's going to look like that.
So fucking cringe, man.
I always wonder when he lies down in bed at night, how much of his own shit he does believe. Like, I wonder how much of it is just his persona that he's built up over years, or if there's that, because you can't really lie to yourself at the end of the day, but some people can. And he does seemingly a pretty good job of it most of the time, of like this self-delusion thing. Like he's that important, like you said, that YouTube are going to give a fuck about him, or that he's going to get a lawyer and be this fucking standout dude again. Like, and he just says all this mad shit on a daily basis, like he's really that guy, when most people know like he's a fucking joke. All you got to do is watch his live chat. Most of the people in the chat are like sneak dissing him and laughing at him.
Yeah,
so the level of self-deception that he's able to achieve must be pretty fucking high. I just wonder if he does lie there and every now and then and go, like, he just knows like they're all right, I am the scumbag, and then he just pushes that thought back to the bottom again.
I wonder if it's like he only has to put up with, I don't know, say 6 months worth of that, because everything before that was a different person. It was like a character, like he says.
Changed. Yeah,
it's a theory, like I don't know when that cutoff point is. Like we joke, it's like 10 seconds ago, or 1 minute ago. But could it be that? Could it be that was old Phil?
No. Thank you for the contribution.
Human, he makes mistakes. Okay.
Oh, it fucking triggered me when he said that.
I'm ignoring any toxicity today, Decepticon. Sorry about that. Real quick, also, just another thing to feel pity. Another pity farming tool he's used is, I had to cancel months of planning with Cat because of this copyright problem. How can I buy anything? Oh, you think you're getting any details? Get fucked. We can't, though, because the copyright problem. How can I do anything? We could get a third strike tomorrow.
Yeah.
How could I do anything? How stupid would that be?
This is the thing, man. Like, 1 minute he calls them claims, the other minute he calls them strikes. Then he injects some random, abstract, unnecessary information. And at the end of the day, if you sit there and watch his 45-minute explanation, you're going to come out with nothing. But the general idea that bad things are happening, and a very bad thing can happen anytime. So you should be ready to support.
Yeah. Yes. Or the idea that it's so extreme that, like, we all know that if his YouTube got and he couldn't stream on it for 2 weeks or whatever, we all know he was in his Twitch chat fucking around. Everybody knows the next fucking day he goes live on Twitch and he has the biggest pity party ever, makes loads of fucking money on tips because if he's eligible for the affiliate program, he'll get back in a week or a month or however long the shortest amount of time is to get back into the affiliate program. Then he's going to get bits again. Then he's going to get gifted subs. Like, everybody knows it's not going to be a big fucking deal.
Yep.
Like, it's really not. He's going to go live on Twitch and just poor me, YouTube, and all the fucking dent heads are going to give him a load of money like they normally do. Like, the idea that this one thing meant that it's so uncertain now, I can't do this vague thing with my wife. Like, who the fuck are you kidding? It's like someone said in my chat the other day. It's that thing of don't let a good crisis go to waste. That's all it is. He gets a bit paranoid, and his immediate, just the way he always is with everything. It's just, I'm slightly worried, I'm fearful. I need to get more money. I need to feel more secure. I need to get more money or comfort, whatever the fuck it is, out of his chat. So now I feel like it's going to be okay. If it goes bad for the next couple of weeks, it's okay. I got a little bit more money today. I might get a little bit more money tomorrow. I'll make sure they all know it's that fucking bad. I'm scared. They've got to be scared.
That's what it is, and it only works though if you're not normal intelligence. Because all of us here and the people in our chat can know, like, oh my god, this dude's done this 3 times now. What the fuck? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But it takes a certain kind of person. Those people that fall for that shit every day.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the bubble soon. Let's get it. Oh, we might get the gold vest. Let's get the tips up, guys. Come on. Normal people don't give a shit about vests and stuff like that.
I actually find that quite sad as well, because knowing what it's like, again, being in a community or having a community as a streamer, there obviously are people that, for whatever reason, obviously they're a bad judge of character. Maybe they don't hang out very much. Maybe they just turn up every now and then, watch him play a few games silently, only say a bit and get something out of that. Maybe they're fucking lonely, whatever the fuck. They might not be a bad person. And he's just fleecing these people. Like, we can say whatever we like about some of his, like, long-time fans and the sort of scumbags that hang out in his chat. But there's definitely some normal people as well who are just lonely and find comfort, weirdly enough, in his fucking community. And he's just using these people. He don't give a shit about them. Like, really, like, he don't give a 2 fucks about them. They're just his ticket to, like, the easiest possible life and money that he can get without getting a real fucking job or having to do part-time and supplement like fucking half the other people on the internet or whatever.
Yeah, well, yeah. And it's sad because he's not even like, oh yeah, I love my life even. Because he's made his life very hard with how his choices he makes.
And it's always drama. It's always drama every week with him. Mr. I never follow the drama. There's something fucking new every week.
Oh,
you see a lot of people that like leave the group, you know, people who, I don't want to say defect, but, you know, people who are former fans and then just stop.
Yeah.
And you see it all the time when they say, look, I was there for the community more than Phil. I was there for chat more than Phil. Yeah. So whatever they get from being a fan of Phil, there's obviously something to the community aspect of it. And a lot of these people are, you know, either physically or mentally disabled. They lack a support group. They lack a social network. They lack, you know, the ability to go outside and do things and live normal lives. And so they're vulnerable to people like Phil, because once you've got a social aspect to it and you're in that chat, you feel part of that community, and that's when he can exploit you. The community's in danger because of these strikes. The community's in danger because I might not be able to make my rent. The community's in danger because, you know, I want to stream this thing, but it means that I need to upgrade my PC, and, you know, if I had the money for that, I'd rather take my wife on honeymoon first. So, you know, I don't know, I guess we're going to have to do a support stream, or, you know, an emergency marathon, or I'm going to have to eat a lunch meat sandwich or something. Whatever the excuse, he's pulling something out of you. He's exploiting you because you're there for the group, you're there for other people, and you feel like, if I don't do that, this group is going to go away. And that's all my social interaction, and that shit matters to people. That's why you see when they go out, they do other things.
We all need it. For some of those people, it is their only social interaction. It's the only time they're ever interacting with other human beings, having a laugh, you know, feeling that sort of buzz you get out of a group. It's just so unfortunate that clearly for some of them, where they landed was with that cunt at the top of the pile, constantly berating them, trying to get money out of them and telling them how hard it is to sit on your ass, earn $100,000 a year for streaming games badly. Like that's the sad part about it.
Yeah, but really, you know, every fucking day off is the busiest day of his life. Like, I don't know what level do you have to be to sit there after you're working your real job? Who knows, whatever the fuck it is, doesn't matter. You're working a real job, let's say 8 hours a day. You're going in, doing your thing, and you get, let me watch my favorite streamer, DSP. He's saying he had a tough day because he had to go to the grocery store and the pet store and was talking to YouTube on email.
Yeah.
That was one of the worst days of his life.
Yeah.
That was a tough fucking day, man. Oh, cherry juice missing? Oh, what the fuck?
Like,
my day is ruined.
Do all of you have jobs as well? Do all of you do all this?
Right.
Exactly. Like, so we all know what it's like to have a full-time job. I hear Sam say, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm assuming some of you've got children as well.
Yeah.
And then you've got other interests, like for instance, I mean, obviously I go fucking gym, people like do fucking train spotting or whatever the fuck they do.
Yeah, you know.
And then we try and actually make effort because everyone knows he don't make any effort to change or learn or do anything. Like at all.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Do you operate a household?
Yeah. You know how fucking triggered I get when he says my family. When he says my family, I get like murderous rage build up inside me. Like, bro, you've never changed a fucking nappy in your life. Okay? Don't talk to me about my family. Like, the cat doesn't do anything. You pour the litter tray in a fucking bin once a day or whatever. Like, that's it. The cat, it hasn't got claws. It can't tear the furniture up. It sleeps on the bed. It hangs out with cat. It does nothing. She's self-sufficient. She can bathe herself, we assume, and she can like eat, like make food and do whatever.
But it's like she didn't even go with him on the day off. Like most of the time when he's like, and so I went shopping, she stayed at home, and it's like you going on and on about how it's like your one day off a week that you want to spend time with your family and have one meal a week with your wife, and it's like she fucking stays in while you're doing the shopping.
Yeah, and also let's not even pretend. Let's forget about like how he says like Jasper's his son. All that he doesn't say his son, family member. He treats his own family like shit, and their words are nothing. His family is only shields for pity for him, or tools for pity, and also whatever they say is they're dumb fucks. I've said it many times, marked one, but his dad said, "Hey, I kept your old toys in case you ever had kids. I have your old toys." A dad doing a cool thing for his son. And what does Phil say? Hold on, guys, you're gonna love this. My dad kept my old toys, like for me to play with one day. What? It's so weird. He said that. Listen to this, guys. You're gonna love it. Imagine you're Phil's dad and he says that. Man, he says family, throws it out like it's making he's a big man. He treats his own family like shit, his actual family, not an animal family, you know?
Those are the moments that are like actually revealing about what he believes. Because he believes that is completely normal. Yeah.
100%. Because imagine being so empty that you're laughing at a moment that for most other people is really touching because your parents kept something from when you were a child. Because number one, it's like sad seeing your kids grow up because it's bittersweet. So they kept something from your childhood. And also they're thinking, maybe I'll have grandchildren, he'll start a family. It's such a nice thing. And to just throw it out in a stream chat like it's something to just laugh about. My dad, what a fucking idiot. Like you said, that's so revealing about who he is as a person.
Yeah, same goes for like Cat and that as well though. Like he'll do the same for every time Cat's breaks something or or says something, or some issue comes up and it's Cat's fault straight on stream.
Have we heard one positive thing about Cat ever?
She's a good cook.
I mean, the food makes them sick, but
she's a good cook except when she fucks it up.
Yeah, okay, so most of the time.
Didn't you say she was like a swimsuit model or something at some point as well?
That was still in the he has to prove to us why she's cool mode.
Yeah, that's
that
a flex.
Was it.
That's just a brag.
Yeah, that was just flex. Yeah.
But even she has learned the difference between an SNL sketch and a major Hollywood blockbuster now.
Right.
That telling people, oh guys, you're gonna find this hilarious. My wife's thick.
Their conversations. I don't know how much I would give to be a fly on the wall to hear one of their conversations in the morning when he comes downstairs and he's like making his toast and coffee or whatever in his fucking pajamas that he's going to wear the whole day. Like, I would love to just hear one of their conversations. What are you doing today, honey? And all this like shit. Just the most inane fucking trash. He probably moans about stuff on Twitter. He probably moans about trolls to her, like 100%. He's like moaning about people to her.
All he does.
Yeah, she's hearing all that shit.
She tunes it out in 3 seconds. Like, oh God, I'm waiting for him to go to the different door.
So, wouldn't you? I hope for her sake.
Oh God, I hope it's what Piece of Peace always says now. It's like, hey honey, we had a bad stream. Why are you talking to me? Not in the contract, asshole. Get the fuck out of here. I got shit to steal. Get the fuck out.
I love how animated Piece of Peace gets. I have to say, I love how animated he gets. He's extremely passionate. I support this.
It's cathartic, 100%. Isn't it? feel that like yes, fucking get
and
in
his
there.
layouts, his amazing layouts, make me just want to quit.
Yeah.
You see his layouts with the explosions
The nukes
and the
and-
sniping and all this stuff,
Jeff
and you just
Conner,
going, "What am I even doing with my life?"
That's what I get with fucking Lemtex parody songs. I'm like, man, that's too good. Do I get to record something now, like about not fucking his wife? It's not that good. Lemtex is a legend.
You know what? That's the thing that sets us detractors apart from like Phil's so-called community, is that we will gladly help you with that stuff. Like any one of these people, I'm sure Piece of Piece would be more than happy to say, this is how I do it.
And everyone that I have met or spoke to, chatters, streamers, has been amazing.
Yeah,
and helps each other and tells you what's going on. Everyone shares information. This is the thing where again, it sounds so stupid when he talks about fucking community, because he ain't got one of those. It's a fucking he just lives on this fucking high tower with like these few people around him that he just like fucking whips into shape every day or whatever. He doesn't know what a community is. He's got no other streamers he can talk to, no people he can ask. He's got no network around him whatsoever. The few people he did have that he thought, oh, these guys are neutral against me, grilled the fuck out of him for 5 hours when they interviewed him. And that was like one of the few people that he vetted. He vetted and thought to himself, they'll be all right. They'll give me a fair shake.
Not initially, remember, after, during the decompression, that was fair. They did good.
Very fair.
He thought he'd come out of it looking okay at first.
He was defending. He was defending the side scrollers from his own chat, who thought it was unfair.
Yep. Never forget that stream. That post stream will be legendary. Like it's a once a year watch, I think, going forward for us, because it's always funny how strongly he defends Craig and fucking Adam. They're badasses in his mind.
Does that still exist?
I wonder. Good question. Someone has it. Please archive.
It's on DSP Reacts when he was
of course
reacting
it is.
to their post show.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. There we go. It's all right then.
Better be archived. Just legendary.
This is the channel in case you didn't know.
Yeah, very, very fair, guys. They were great. Adam asked some tough questions, but fine. Less than 24 hours later, they're the biggest fuckers in the whole earth in the universe.
That was
going to be working on that while I'm recovering from the op, and it's going to take
By the way,
forever to get.
The champ is back. He is currently number 8 in the WWE Champions current event that is going on. So that lawyer fund, better call Saul, man. That shit is better call Hogan.
The champ is here.
Better call Paul Heyman.
So funny.
We gotta say big ups to AMAC for the sub bomb there. Thanks, man. You're a legend. Didn't say it, catch it out. And thanks everybody for subbing and stuff. I know we're missing having a great talk here today with the Marked One. You got of course, please follow Marked One as well. Let me pimp your Twitch, by the way. I got a second.
But I do want to the description.
Oh, it's in the description. Please follow him. Great streams, awesome dude, very positive, extremely meaningful. And I'm not saying that like Phil does. He really is.
Positive, real quick, chill interactions you will receive.
Exactly. Bingo. We do got to talk about the react a little bit. It wasn't one of the best, but there were some good moments. I do want to talk about. He watched this dude, some financial dude streamer. And he showed how much he makes on YouTube.
Oh, bro, he really didn't like that.
Graham, Graham's his name.
Oh
my
Graham
God.
Stefan.
Yeah.
Not Graham Stefan, just Graham Stefan. Yeah.
Graham Stefan. Of course, he belittles all his Graham's knowledge and hard work. Oh, that's all nothing because it's not possible for him because he had a great start. He was rich before. On YouTube.
Look at that big house. He was like he lives in a mansion. He was rich beforehand.
Yeah. It's not hard work. He already had what he needed. And also, guys, if he had the same means as Graham, Phil could make viral videos too. You didn't know that?
It's like he said earlier about these things that are telling of his personality. It was like one of the first things that come out of his mouth. And he don't stop himself. The first thing was judging the guy about money, like immediately judgmental, like immediately doesn't know a thing about the dude.
Yes, it's all he cared about. It just overtook the whole
money
point of
and
video.
Status. Yeah.
None of this was ever possible for me. He made $1 million a year. I never got close to that.
It was very possible for Phil. Here's the thing.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
There was back in the day, he made enough money where he could elevate his production quality to a level where it would be probably like the best that anybody on YouTube. And even if his content wasn't good enough, he could still fool like 30%, 40% of his audience into it being good by just the production value being good. And they wouldn't just pay attention. It would be just flashy stuff happening. So he would be even more successful. But he decided, instead of investing that into his channel, to invest that into figurines in worthless shit and move across the country and get in even more debt.
Yeah. Yeah. If he was at all bothered about production value back then, it would have been like this one-time investment in like decent camera. I don't know what else, because there's really not a lot you need to make decent shit. Like, and you don't need,
especially back then. You would have thought as well. Like, I was not like I was knowledgeable about these sort of things back then, but I'm sure with the money he was making early on at YouTube, being like one of the like first people, quote unquote, or whatever, being in those early years of YouTube, being successful on it, I'm sure it wouldn't have took that much.
Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Go ahead,
very
Stephen.
quickly.
Yep.
He paid the subscription for Premiere Pro. He had Adobe editing software. He didn't learn to use that. And this guy's like saying, I uploaded like 3 times a week, and then in between I would edit. And it's like, you had the capability, you had the tools you needed. All you needed to do was sit there and watch a couple of tutorials and start pissing about with it. And you would have been a good editor by this point, and your content would have looked better, and you would have been in a much better place. But you didn't. You bought CM Punk signed autograph things and like shitty pixel art and
8-bit pictures.
Okay, so every time it's like I couldn't have done it, and I'm like, you just learn to fucking edit all of this shit with the copyright stuff, and he's like, I can't edit all that out, and it's like YouTube literally gives you the option to silence the bit. They can do it themselves.
Yeah, he's learned
600 hours of work.
I get so offended when he says that he can't edit anything, he can't learn to do it.
Yeah,
like, bro, don't tell that story to me, bro. Everyone has got stuff going on. Like, it's not hard. Make your own shit, even if it doesn't have to even look like spectacular or professional, quote unquote.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, especially like his audience or whatever, it's just the fact that you've made the effort.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's just like a song or a specific slideshow or a video or something semi-unique that you did, everyone's like, yeah, that's cool.
No, remember, because here, you're all saying true stuff. But remember, in Phil's mind, he did this, right? That was KO Gaming. And what he did was write scripts and then just put random footage up there, right? There was nothing. That's when again, another chance. He put a little effort into something, but he didn't go far enough, right? And that's the true definition of a bitch is someone that finds reasons why they're not successful, and it's not their fault, right? So it's successful, yeah. Mark One, you clearly work out and you care about your body, right? There's a lot of people watching right now like, I could never be as big as him. I can't get to a gym.
I was skinny as fuck.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There's so many people right now that are saying that because it's just an excuse that it's not on you then, right? And that's being a bitch. And Phil loves to be a bitch in every possible way. But go ahead, Mark One.
And it's hard to excel at something. It's hard to excel at anything. It's not that everyone's got to like kill themselves to be the best live streamer or whatever, but it's if you're making effort, like you get something out of it. There's a reason that if you practice a lot at something, you get better. You use fucking OBS a lot, you get better at making stuff. If you use fucking Adobe a lot, you're going to be able to edit your shit. Like if you fucking care, again, it speaks to the fact that not only is he lazy as fuck, he don't really care. He's not passionate about it. He don't care about all this. Like it's just he gets money out of it, and he's just in this hole with it now. Like this is him. Even though people laugh and say get a job, what fucking job's he gonna get? Like he can't have a boss in the real world. He can't even something simple like doing like delivery driver. He'd be a DoorDash driver. That'd be gret, wouldn't it?
That'd be ironic,
a DoorDash driver, but even something like that, where he's got answer to someone, he's so out of the loop of all of that. Like I just think psychologically he wouldn't be able to deal with that stuff. He's locked into this.
Yeah, well, he's deep into the woods. He's too deep in the woods now to go back out, right? Like imagine someone telling him like, Phil, we're gonna need you to stay an extra 5 minutes to stack those shelves. What? You know, just normal
I'd like
shit.
to take him to work with me one day. I said this before. I do landscaping, which is fucking hard, right?
Oh,
I'd just like to take him to work with me for one day. Like he'd be dead afterwards. Like he'd literally just like go into his house, fall in his bed, and die. And I'd be like, right, and now we're going to the gym, and then I'm going to live stream later, and then we're going to get up tomorrow and do it all over again.
Yep. That's what he needs, man. He needs just that perspective. I know he loves the word perspective, but he needs some himself. He needs
some perspective on that.
Yeah, he needs to learn what hard work actually looks like, because he has absolutely no idea.
And it doesn't mean, and again, that doesn't mean either. You just has to be physical. There's people that have intellectual jobs, and it's just as hard to think about something or study something all day. You know, it's like whatever it is. Like there's a reason most people make effort at something. Like they actually give a shit. Like he just doesn't. That's really what it simply is. He's just stuck in the hole with this. He makes good money. Like let's really, compared to some people, he makes an okay amount of money. Even when he says it's slow or whatever it is, no, bro, he's making like way above like average earnings. I'm not sure what the average is in America or whatever it is.
Oh, he's making double the average.
100%.
He's into 10%. Yeah, definitely.
So he is comfortable, like within reason. It's just the fact that he is allegedly gambling it all away on Sweaty Men JPEGs, and then just like pissing it away on whatever else him and Kat spend it on. Loads of DoorDash and like that picture of her getting her hair done. She probably gets her fucking hair done all the time, nails and all this shit. I like that. I like the idea of that she just pesters him all the time for like manicures and pedicures and hair and all this sort of shit. Get my hair done, Phil. And he just gives her the money before he starts.
Phil was like hoping that once they'll get to have sex because he's paying for all this stuff. Like one day, it'll pay off. Please, one day.
Yeah,
I'm thinking she pays with that with her own money because she has her own job, right? Like why?
Allegedly,
yeah. But all this stuff is just goes into say that what I was saying earlier, kind of full circle here, is like it's sad. What makes it most sad is Phil's getting paid so much money to not be happy because of this how he is set up. Right? He's not like, I'm making this much money, I'm good, I love my life. It's not like that. He lives in hell, right?
Yeah.
He lives in legit hell. He's always worried about shit. Always worried about everything. Only thing that gives him joy is sweaty JPEGs getting 99% win rate. That's it. What else is there?
Dude, guys, right.
Seemingly not much.
Go ahead, Mirka.
It's his own personal hell to an extent. Like he's addicted to spending shit, but he never has enough money to like spend freely.
Yeah.
He loves getting admired by people, and he loves his ego being flattered. But most of the time, it's just some LARPers or some people like Derek and Jade.
Yeah.
Like everything that he likes, he gets like a little bit. It's never enough, and he's like back where he started, like the next minute.
Yeah.
Guys, do you know what a cargo cult is?
No.
Cargo call.
It's a psychological phenomenon that happened during after World War II, during the Pacific campaign, and afterwards, when all these like little tribes on these islands in the Pacific, when obviously American GIs would like land, and they'd have like supplies and things, so they'd give them to the islanders, like here's food, here's like nets, here's ropes, here's things like that. And the islanders sort of noticed that these planes were landing at airports that the Americans had built, so they tried to build their own airports out of like wood and sticks and huts and things, and tried to like get them that way. And so they're called cargo cults, because they're sort of like aping what they think brings success without actually understanding how and why. And Phil reminds me a lot of that. He's like, I'm a streamer, I'm a content creator, I have Adobe Editing Pro, one of my videos went wild and got over 1 million views. Why is that not happening again? I'm doing what I think other people do, but I'm not understanding why it's not working. He's not understanding like why he's not as big as, say, Graham Stefan. He's not understanding why he's not at like Moist Critical or Maximilian levels, because he's doing what he thinks other people do. He's a streamer. He has a schedule, he has a job and a house and a wife. And he don't understand why it's not working for him compared to other people. And it just reminds me of the cargo cults all the time. Like he's seen it happening and he's trying to mimic it and doesn't fully understand the mechanics of how it really works. And that's just a constant for me. And that's what the stuff like I used to edit. I used to have this software. I used to do this. You know, when he was watching that video, all I was thinking was, you don't understand. Yeah, like back in the day, didn't understand how he was lucky.
Yeah,
he thought it was all just coming to him, and he didn't have to do anything. He didn't have to improve because it was working as is. He didn't understand why he needed a better camera, why he needed direct capture, why he needed to jump on the hot games like Minecraft at the time. He didn't understand why other people were doing it and getting more success. So he then ends up mimicking it later and not doing as well.
He did use the words passion and talent quite a bit in that whole segment to try and justify why he made it, but other people, even nowadays, wouldn't make it because he had that talent, that passion. He put himself out there. He was grinding.
It's so much coke, man. The
Big
weird...
grind set.
Yeah, it's...
Big grind set.
The
pork rind set. Wait, this is good. Pork rind set.
He always says that he's the most. One of his like weird little tells that he does is he always says that he's the most one of the most prolific content creators. But that don't mean it's fucking good.
That's not
it just
good.
means you do it a lot.
Yeah.
Like even by your own admission, that just means you're putting out a load of shit. It doesn't say anything about the actual quality of it.
No, exactly. Yeah.
When most of it, like something like the other day, when he put out his emergency video, it got like 10,000 views within the first 24 hours, and everything else there is like his big album ring return gets like 400 views, and he puts out a drama video and it gets 10,000 or 15,000. Again, he must see these sort of analytics and like just has to like block it out and say no, it's not just that people are interested in.
Exactly. 2D2 wills.
They really want to see this me do the Shivering Isles and Oblivion. People really care. They want to see me interact with Shay and Goroth, bro.
But also, he knows what video is gonna be popping, so he took that drama video, he put it as a featured video on his channel, and put like 6 ads on it.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, Sam. What are you gonna say now?
I was just going to focus on the other part of that whole thing about the react to that YouTuber, because he went on this whole thing about how YouTube started off as a like the place for the little guy, and how it's been kind of taken over by
people that try, they're ruining it.
Yeah, but as though like YouTube had this mission statement that everyone sort of knew about, that was like, this is your own TV show for the little guy, and it's like, no, it was just a place to put videos. It's become a thing over time now, but I don't know.
No one could have ever predicted back then what it would have become now.
No.
How no one could have possibly really like the idea that you can speak about any of this stuff with sort of authority or hindsight or knowing. Like, I fucking hate that when he's like, back in the day or whatever the fuck, and he tells you how things were. Like, it's always fucking tainted, any of that information.
The oldest I've ever felt was when I was in a shop and I overheard like the shopkeeper talking to this man and his son, and the guy was like, "Oh, so what do you want to be when you grow up?" And the kid was like, "I want to be a YouTuber." I'm like, "Fuck me." But the idea that you like can make a living off this, nobody could have seen that when it started. So when he's all like, "It was for the little guy," he's like, "Fuck off, no, it wasn't." Just a place to store videos at the start.
Yeah, exactly. Aren't there like courses about being a content creator and all this sort of stuff? You can like take all sorts of like potentially university courses about some of this sort of stuff now, right?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's because they're all like kind of bundled together, like online marketing courses and content creation, SEO, stuff like that. Yeah. But I don't think even some people nowadays expect to do this for a living when they start their channel. Most channels start with somebody just doing something they like, and then it grows up and it attracts more people. They develop their skills, and at some point, man, this is big enough. I need to start considering, am I going to do this like as a part-time job? Should I put in more effort? Should I just do it as a hobby? So even it's the same like it was back in the day. It's the same thing now.
Yeah,
but what we've said before, sorry, very quickly, we've said before, like you can learn stuff from this. You could be a content creator for a bit and then be like, I know how to manage a community. I know how to edit. I know about like sound and lighting and things. I can do production. You could take those skills and go elsewhere with them. So it might not necessarily be your living, but it can help you like develop further and learn skills and things.
Even just give you something like self-confidence or something like that.
Yeah.
Just from talking to people and, you know, sharing ideas and things like that. It's definitely a net positive in most people's lives, whether they're using it, whether it's helping them as like a passive income as well, whether they're doing it full time, whatever like position on the ladder you are as when you're doing this stuff. For most people, all the actual positives are, again, normally like from the interaction and how you said how it actually helps all the other aspects of your life, really. Like being able to like monetize or do it full time if you're lucky enough is like I feel like sort of like the icing on the cake type deal for most people.
Yeah. But
Whereas
what I like
for him, it is the only thing that he's getting out of this.
Yes. And there's no other option, right? This is for me. I have to be. All my money has to be from this. This is the only way that I can't. There's no other option. What the fuck? What are you talking about? I'm gonna lose everything. Lose my house. I'm gonna go back to eat lunch meat sandwiches. What are you crazy? Can't
do that. Work.
Yeah. But go ahead, Rick.
This, like Mark Twain said earlier, when Phil is scared, he needs to convince other people to be also scared because he needs to convince them that they're all in the same boat. Even though those people, they don't have anything at stake, they don't risk anything, while DSP risks everything on this job. So his channel gets taken down. It's a crisis for him. But he needs to convince you how this is also a crisis for you, because you might not see the end of his Elden Ring New Game Plus playthrough. And that's very important for you. I'm sure it is.
It's the same with that video that he was reacting to, where he was like, he was almost saying, like, don't listen to this guy. It's not the same for YouTube. I'm not making this kind of money. Like, you know, to almost convince the people that are watching him to not think, oh, YouTubers have got it easy.
Yeah.
You know,
or to think, why aren't you doing that? Like you said, you could work in it. Is
that really what it was like for you back in the day? You making more than you're telling us or whatever? Anything like that? Anything that like takes him off of like his fucking story? Anything that snaps him out the pignosis?
Exactly.
That's what it is. He has to like shy away from all of that stuff.
And he is happy to say how he has a contradiction. He'll say, I was so lucky. I was putting out videos, people liked it. It was just kind of by chance. And then also though, I spent 15 years building this community. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this. I just got lucky though. It's crazy. Don't follow my lead. What is it? Right?
Exactly. Exactly. Which one is it? That's DSP to a T. Just which one is it then? You know, he's just the king of contradictions. That's what he is.
Yeah, and he is off the chain with Wii.
We need side scrollers part 2.
Yes, please, God. His Wii usage has picked up. That's in many different ways. The Wii usage is hot. Speaking of Derek, Wii usage here is for every possible thing is Wii. I know we were worried about it earlier about this. Like he'll talk to in the night stream, he'll talk about the day stream like this. We were worried about getting our third strike, but didn't happen yet. So far we're good. We were worried about this.
He said it. He said it in the daily rap about or was it in Elden Ring yesterday? He said it'd be nice if we could hit the hat goal. We almost hit it earlier. We almost gave me $100.
We get so many benefits. We are awesome. It's what the fuck? It's such cult speak, man. He's turning it on hard. Also, his YouTube mode, non-YouTube mode, it's just out. It's no shame anymore. He'll click the button. All right, guys, fake positivity. He'll say, all right, guys, we're making a lot of progress. Going great. We took out this boss. A lot of progress, guys. We cut the part. All right, guys, as you can see, it'd be nice to get some more support here. All right, guys, YouTube mode back. Let me start the part. Yeah. We are back here, Elden Ring, making a lot of progress. Going great stream so far.
Bad during the reacts, though. It's so bad during the reacts when he's splitting it into parts because it's like Decepticon warned me when we did the thing, and it's like ever since then, it's all you can see is getting to the end. Right, guys, we'll split the stream. This has been a good one. Thank you for reacting. Thank you for supporting. If you want to help the stream, right, guys, it'd be really good if we could get some support. Blah blah blah. Turns it on. Hey guys, welcome back to DSP Part 2. Just before we carry on,
he presses that button and all the air just goes out of him, doesn't it? Just,
it's like
all right, guys.
Deflates.
That's a good bit right there. Good bit idea.
Positivity leaving his body.
I love the emergency video when he starts it, immediately sighs and says, "Guys, this is not a good video."
He's crying.
Yes, it's not.
Oh.
All right. Any other videos we're talking about from yesterday, boys and girls?
I mean, there's a couple. Like, I don't know if they're as good as that one, but I mean, was it the very first video you watched? Was that Indian
Rage
food one?
quit Star Wars, didn't
The
he?
second one. Oh, he gave us a warning in advance.
He rage quit Star Wars.
He gave you a warning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, guys, just so you know, there's only 2 videos in this list. We're going to have one near the start and then one near the end. So it's like, so you know about that as well. You know that that's a weird thing for you. And again, the moment it starts, they're like, right, okay, looks like a frying. Skip to the eating. Skip the whole cooking, the whole.
Do you want to hear it? The Indian food one,
please.
because it's just an example of how crap he is at this. Basically, there's nothing much more to it than that. But here you go.
But we're gonna do just a little bit. We're not gonna do the whole 13 minutes. But I'm curious. This is Indian hawker food in Singapore, and I'd like to actually. Here you go. They're making some of it. Fried egg in a wok. They chop up the egg in the wok. Really?
Yeah, this is interesting.
Put it in there with oil, right? The cooking oil. Yeah, there's the cooking oil. As soon as I said it, he added more. Oh. I wonder what he's making. This is Indian food. All kinds of stuff. A lot of veggies.
It's
What's
so
that?
fucking
Meat?
inane.
What kind of meat? What is it, like a breakfast
Like
fry or something? Noodle.
You go, yeah, that's noodles,
So
darling.
they made that morning, probably.
It's like a bit, man. It's like noodle makeup morning. This is like a bit.
Seasoning.
Like this could be something I made, and you guys guess if it's real or not.
What? Kind of sauce. I wonder if it's like a hot curry or something. Ooh, oh my god, it went super bright. Interesting. Let's fast forward.
There you go. He's 41 years old, by the way.
Yeah.
Well worth $20.
The wok. He's cooking the wok. Oh, he's got oil. Oh, he's adding more oil.
I love the fact that he says the title of the video, which is what he's making, and then he goes, "I wonder what he's making."
Oh, it's Indian food. From this Indian street vendor, like, you know.
Putting various things.
The Decepticon pointed out red equals spicy. Don't forget that.
Oh, yes, definitely.
You can tell the sauce is spicy because it's red. Because, you know, it's not like tikka masala is red and not spicy.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Sweet.
That was the best. Let's just fast forward.
Fucking lovely biryani last night, and he's there talking about this shit, and it was just so annoying.
But other than that, though, like, you know, there was a bit where he watched a Giorgio Moroder documentary for like 10 seconds, and then he was like, "I'm sure it's." Well, there you go. This is what he said about it.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really care too much about disco. I'm just gonna be honest here. This seems like a perfectly fine biography, but I'm not too interested in it. So I'm going to say, if you're interested, check it out.
Right.
The name of the channel is Short Biographies. It seems fine, but I'm not too interested. We're going to go to the next video.
This dude gave you money.
We did watch it, though. We watched
sorry, I punched it. I punched over.
It's all right.
Yeah. Dude, people pay you money to watch what they want you to watch, what they're interested in.
Yeah.
Is it just give video feels wants to watch?
The channel's called like Short Biographies as well, so it was a really short video.
Decepticons in chat, you might be able to tell us like how many skips there were, but I think it's around 14.
Please do. Give us the report.
Quite bad recently.
The amount of skips. You need like a tally every single week. I like the idea.
Yeah, tally it, yeah.
Yeah, the dude is treating it like they should impress him with the videos that they pay for him to watch. And he should be the one who gets the value out of it. He should get entertained. And when he doesn't like something, it's like, you guys, I don't even know why are we watching this? Because somebody fucking paid you, dumbass.
Yeah. Because your channel's called DSP Reacts. Maybe you forgot. You started taking money and saying, we'll watch your videos. I don't know. Apparently, this is really fun and chill and positive, and your audience loves it. So surely you should know what's going on by now.
18 skips according to the Decepticon. The record is 31.
And this is the problem though with it being like a show, like DSP versus the internet. We watch video clips. This is not what Moist Critical does. I don't think. You know, and all these and the XQC one we watched as well, where it's like they're just hanging out at the start of a stream or something, and someone says, "Oh, have you seen this?" And then they watch it, and you get that. You know, they're excited to see it.
It's actually natural.
Yeah,
it flow naturally with them and the chat.
Yeah, exactly.
But for the most part, they don't have to vet everything 24 hours before because their community is so fucking toxic that people are just going to pick sus videos, copyright stuff.
I do love when he tries to avoid like what Derish's videos, because Derish will hang around until Phil's watched the video and then fuck off. So it means that Derish gets more and more antsy as Phil doesn't watch his video. Right.
Dude, but he's the only reason it's like this because this is the way he came up with to make the most possible money. Let's get real, guys. It's not about being like most critical. It's like, all right, if you're a member, I'll watch your videos.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a super member, I'm guaranteed to watch it. So that's great. We all love that. I mean, that's incredible, right? Changing your fucking life, dude. So I mean, it's just a way to get the most money. But now he's making it with the worst content ever.
And Tevin pointed out that around the time he started doing this, he struck Dark Dave and the other one because DDM. People could just go and watch the DSP reacts on their fucking account for nothing and not have to wait. But he started doing the member videos and bringing it out for members. You can watch the whole stream because he'll leave it archived just for you. And then he struck both of them because it's like you said, he's trying to squeeze the most money out of them that he can.
Exactly. Yeah.
The thing is, you can still do that because there's plenty of people that restreamed it, and DDM is up on Odyssey, so you can go check it out. I watched it before this stream.
Yeah.
It was more fun watching with Jad and last night.
Totally.
I was going to say, arguably to him, surely they're better in that like there's no one over the top of it giving their point of view. You know, it's just the raw stream, so at least it's not. There's nothing being added to it, so I don't see other than it being like the principle of it, like what his problem is with that, especially raw. It's just that it is just his stream, you know. But whatever,
because it shows chat. So he can see people dissing him and
the whole time.
Don't want that.
Yeah,
true.
Any other vids we're talking about? We're already overtime somehow.
There was the super blind man virtue signaling segment.
What's that? I didn't see that. Please share.
Yeah.
Well,
Jesus.
Should I go for it?
Yeah, you go for it.
Well, Super Blind Man was a consultant, an accessibility consultant for Forza Horizon 5. And they had a video posted by Xbox, I think. And DSP was sent that video to react to it. And he was a big fan. The virtue signaling was through the roof on this one.
Oh, fuck, it was horrible.
And he explicitly said, some of you guys might think that I'm saying this just because Super Blind Man is a supporter of mine. No.
It was great. It was like, this is mind-blowing, you guys. This is monumental. It's impressive. It's impressive that you can like sound design so well that it's like a blind person can drive around a track in a game. It's impressive. Yeah. But he was like, this is heralding a new age of video games. This is the future. This is incredible. Think of all the things you'd be able to do. And it's like, fuck off, you don't care. Yeah. You only care because he gave you money.
Yeah, this is coming from a guy that has done this twice.
Good. And it looks good. It looks. He gets a little bit of like he gets that sort of image boost. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
It's like having the pride slide in it.
Twice now he said the following to two of his members that he knows have disabilities. Okay, Super Blind Man is clearly blind. He said, "I'm not seeing what you're seeing, Super Blind Man. That's not really. Take 1 second of thought. You don't do that. Next, a person that's in a wheelchair, a literal person that is in a wheelchair. In his chat, he said, "Oh, you couldn't go on the rides." When he went to theme park, he said, "You couldn't go on the rides. Oh, well, did you walk around?" That's how much he cares. That's how much he cares. Never forget. That's how much he cares about that kind of stuff. All right.
The funny thing about Super Blind Man is that I've read about other completely blind people calling him a grifter because he's not completely blind. So he's in some ways he's like the DSP of blind dudes.
He's got his own scam going on.
Yeah,
to be fair, this is the thing that like disabled communities do sometimes deal with, like with deaf people and with blind people, especially. It's that whether you are born deaf or blind, whether you take aids like hearing aids, whether you have like surgery, whether you are
there's like a hierarchy,
how gradations of blood there is, and it's a very difficult thing that the communities deal with. But either way, it's like it's impressive that this guy was able to get a job as a consultant for video game makers and developers to do this and increase accessibility. And Phil is using that to virtue signal.
Oh, he'd love to.
Totally.
He
Just
devours
love
it.
that extra shine. It's like that extra shine wherever he can get it from.
Yeah. I want the image of doing it, but I don't want to actually do any of the work. Because you got it's like with the sexuality thing. You can't talk to him about what it's like to be blind. You can't talk to him like, imagine not being able to do this. Imagine not being able to do that. Imagine like how it might affect you going to the toilet, and all that. So he can't have that discussion in his chat. You're fucking derailing.
Yeah. You're either derailing or you would just get some inane, just ill thought out response. Because when it's actually like a serious subject or something like that, for the most part, he's fucking stupid. He doesn't give good advice. He doesn't have any really intelligent takes about life. He's not really gone for anything like proper like that. It'd just be inane fucking shit out of him in the first place.
No, he would like turn around to him. He would be so happy, like, "Oh, I have my own disability, something called eczema."
Yeah,
I'm a uric acid imbalance.
Yeah, like that. He would love to say that. I got some mental issues too. I was gifted a body. It's kind of not the best. I have some problem. I have a little bit of trouble seeing. I'm 98% sight in this right eye, but 100% my left eye. I've been living with this my whole life, guys. That's hell. That's what he thinks.
I had depression, man. It's the kind that makes you jerk off on camera. It's the worst kind.
Yeah. Depression makes you masturbate. That's what's up.
That's why
Eric. He's really depressed.
Yeah.
He must be so fucking depressed, bro. Imagine how bad he must feel if that's how much he's doing it. If DSP was just that bad, he just did it once by accident.
God, if you told Derek to take SSRIs, he'd think it was like a fetish.
Yeah,
is that like BBW or BBC or something like that?
New input or something. He's excited. Damn.
It will be interesting as he gets older and things do start to happen with his body and we get vague like medical segments. If he's going to be around for a while in some capacity.
Oh, definitely.
For the most part, he's not fucking going nowhere. He's going to be on there begging for them tips for like a while yet. But
Can you imagine?
He's 41 and he's not, I don't know how unhealthy he is. You assume he's drinking, but he don't smoke. He don't take drugs. He doesn't really put his body under.
His diet, though.
His diet, we assume, is pretty fucking bad.
His activity level.
And his activity levels and his sedentary lifestyle. So, when he's like pushing 50, and he has to go for like colonoscopies and things like that. And we're going to get these like vague stories of he's had a pain and he has to go and see a doctor or whatever.
That's a new bit. Colonoscopy. All right, the doctor came to me. Huge hands. Let me tell you. One finger. Oh my God, it was like a quarter.
It's the fucking funniest thing because after you're done, they wheel you out onto a ward and they're all like, right, just fart. So you're in a ward with like 4 or 5 other blokes and they're just like, just fart. You move, fart. So you're all there lying there farting, trying not to laugh. Fucking hilarious.
The thing with him is, even if he's not in the worst shape possible, he's gonna frame it as if he is, as if it's the end of the world.
Exactly.
It's the worst thing ever.
Exactly.
And then
even if it's just a scan or they just want to look at something, it's going to be this constant like, I don't know, they've obviously seen something and they don't like, and it's just going to be just constant guilt. I'm sick or whatever.
And that's going to be framed as like, there's nothing I could do about it. It's hereditary. My aunt had it.
It's life. It's just poor me. It's my bad luck once again.
My aunt never told me about old age. My aunt got old in her life, but she didn't tell me that would happen to me too. I just got older. I mean, nothing I could do. Doctor said literally nothing I could do. God, I know.
The bus, isn't she? Isn't she dead now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
She's been reincarnated as ants in his house, though. I don't know if you knew that. That's a theory we run with.
That's why the ants are hassling him.
Yeah, she's the ant queen. Yeah.
It's actual ant. Yes. She's the ant
nest
queen.
is like right under the house somewhere. I hope they have a
like,
banging someone.
Coming up through
like
a burrow in the kitchen.
Yeah. And Cat keeps like getting annoyed, and Jasper's like trying to touch him like that with his paw. He sees him going across the floor.
I just like the idea very quickly that he's going to be like, these fucking idiots at the hospital scheduled my colonoscopy on a Friday. I stream on Fridays. I can't do it. and so he just doesn't go.
Yeah, that never goes. Yeah.
You hear him say, "Yeah, okay, guys, I gotta go stretch my back," and he's just off camera, just farting because it's like post colonoscopy.
Right,
I mean, he'd made lots of nice jokes about that. He'd love it, wouldn't he? That's within, the character and the content. That's perfect for him.
God, I went so
Unless
deep.
He's trying to be immature, to be fair.
Take a turd out of my ass. It was hilarious. That he would love that shit, man. Felt like he was gonna fart, man. It was crazy. Like a turd out of my ass just coming out like water fountain. He'd love that shit, man.
Yeah.
That's his dream joke. That's his best
Sick
joke.
Doctors ask for a sample. What the fuck?
Yeah, he gets so excited for shit jokes. He can't do any of the jokes. He lost all his sexual jokes. Those used to be as excited, like, I got a good joke here, boys. It's coming up. Look at her titties. Those are all gone, but now we get shit jokes, which are even better. We should end though. We are going pretty long here. I do want to get to our question, of course. And our question was, make a Derek fact. So I'll take the passes here. Did you okay? Not to read some of these. Did you know that Asian Canadians have the biggest reservoir of coom? I did not know that. Thank you, Lee. Dolphins are my favorite animal. They are known to be very sexually aggressive aquatic animals and will try to mate with humans. Did not know that. Thank you, Dayglow. Next, Bob Starsky. Derek loves wrestling because it's scripted, much like all interactions he has with females. Thank you, Bob Starsky.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any other good ones? The condition gout is named after Horace P. Gout of Connecticut. He's the first person to be diagnosed with the condition in 1906. Did not know that. Thank you, Larry B. Well said. Mane and Tail is the brand name of a series of hair and skincare products for humans and horses. Thank you, well said. Not sure why you brought the horse knowledge in here, but we appreciate that. Let's go with the Scuffer. Wikipedia is consistently one of the top 10 most popular websites ranked by SimilarWeb and former Alexa as of 2023. Wikipedia is ranked the 5th most popular website in the world according to SEMrush. Thank you, Scuffer. Did not know that. There we go. That'll do it. There was a lot of stuff here, but we're late, so I read a few.
Real quick,
go ahead.
Since you brought up the origin of the term gout, I wanted to look it up because I was interested. So the term gout was initially used by Randolphus of Bocking around 1200 AD. It is derived from the Latin word gutta, meaning a drop of liquid. According to the Oxford Dictionary, this is derived from humorism and the notion of the dropping of a morbid material from the blood in and around the joints.
Oh,
there we go.
We
learned something today.
A brief history.
We know that Phil would understand that because it's got Latin in it. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I can't speak Latin, but I can understand it. Real words, DSP said. Real words, DSP said.
Fucking great, though.
Back in his Q&A days, there's like the real Ask the King when he's like most like
he was talking
making
about
real money.
pig Latin, I think.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, you can understand it. Hey.
ALT loves that. You don't get like why we Brits are all like way like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to incorporate more British stuff into my life, like way, and it's going well so far.
Is it to replace like all the styles that like taken over? Yeah.
Oh, Chu's loving it. Let me tell you, she loves it. Real quick, guys, let's before we can get out of here, we're doing to say the tournament has now opened for submissions. 10 seconds to pick the Project 7 turn, however you want. Send it to my Discord or the email. Link is down below. Go send your stuff there. 10 seconds. Do the turn however you want. Yourself, an animal, a drawing, a potato. There's got to be a potato there, so you got to step it up. Make it special if you do potato. But that was it. Other than that, Marked One. Amazing appearance today. It was so much fun. The time went so fucking fast, and that's because you are a great conversationalist, my friend. So thanks so much. Thanks so much for your time. Let me put your Twitch in there. Your main thing is Twitch, but that's where I should send people. Where should I send people?
Just Twitch and YouTube. Stuff? Just come and hang out. Watch the videos. Even just say hello. Everyone's fucking awesome. You're all awesome. Thanks, all of you, for inviting me. It was a fucking blast, bro.
You're a legend, and we're definitely going to ask you back, my friend. So please be receptive at that
Links
time.
are below in the description.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yep. And all the links to everything's below. Go to Mark's channel. Please subscribe to his channel and watch his stuff because he brings the heat every single time. Any other announcements, Meerkat? Anything to say? Final words? Last chance.
No, thanks for watching. This was a great episode. And big ups to the Mark One for joining us. And see you next time.
Awesome. Steve.
Sorry, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
The first hour.
Send this home, partway through this. Hey, don't watch.
All right, Samuel.
All right. See you later, everyone.
Burger.
goes out to the one and only, the big cat, the fat cat. Big ups. I first saw you in Burger King. You took 2 seats, cause that ass is way too big. Had a boyfriend, I realized, but you told him lies with your raccoon eyes. The DoorDash is here. Wipe away your tears. Got you extra fries, and they taste just right. Have no fear, there's no trolls here. Devin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Devin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Take you power walking on the beach, feasting on some sushi like you.
I actually don't think clicking like on a live stream helps at all. So it really doesn't matter if this stream gets 100 likes or 2. I don't think it affects it.
I can watch you play Skyrim all day this week. Have no fear, there's no trolls here. Devin made you cry with those raccoon eyes.
All the Greek gods after fighting Kratos.